But for those of you who are, yep, so I imagine all of you guys read it and know that this will be recorded. I'll be posting the link to a video and along with the playlist at the end of the session after the video is uploaded. It will take like a few hours to upload, so probably somewhere tomorrow I'll be uploading it, and you guys should have a link. So why don't we start off as one person just left? That happens.
But now all the videos are the same size.
Oh wait, yeah, they are.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I think so.
Okay. I was just making sure.
Alrighty, and I don't know who just left, but
I see everyone.
It's 6 people, right?
Oh, you're right. Someone did leave. Okay.
Yep, someone did leave. I'm not sure who that exactly is, but we will confirm with that. So why don't we start with the introductions of each other, and I'll go first, and let's go with the next person. I am Noni, and I am DMing a few other sessions currently, and so far, other campaigns are going pretty well. Most of them are like around level 5. Some of them are a little bit higher, but still low levels. And
Stars!
You're back! Wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I am usually DMing with a lot of narrative and RPs, and generally with the stories that are heavily focused on the people and their lives and the politics type of things. But usually I do very little on like arts and maps and even the generations for the dungeons. I usually have a description and then the layout written down, but I usually transcribe it into the thing to keep the things flexible, so that if you guys try something or get something new, so you guys won't be able to tell whether I come up with it or I prepared it. Wow! I prepare a lot of things, though, however. But that is that for me. Who would like to go next?
I'll go.
No.
I am Kazi. I'm a good old southern boy from the south. I've been playing since 3.5, back when I was a wee lad. I DM my last 2-3 sessions, and I've just started recently playing as a player character, so happy to be here. I'm a businessman, about to turn 24 in 2 weeks. I like long walks on the beach and pina coladas.
Okay, I'll go next, I guess. I'm J-Bar, but also known as Jerry. Like Jerry, but then I go by J-Bar. I've been playing for almost a year now, mainly just on Roll20. I haven't really been able to play at an actual table, which is why I'm kind of glad to do cameras, because I can see everyone actually act out their stuff. But yeah, I'm playing Garrick, the Warlock. I'm not sure else what to say, so.
Oh, I'm Karak. So.
Oh yeah, you're the one. Carrick and Garrick. Yeah.
Karak and Garrick.
Carrick and Garrick. Well, it was better than Titus and Titus, so.
We them boys.
I'm Scott. I'm 34. I've been playing role-playing games since I was 14 years old. So like way back in 2nd edition, when wizards had 1 spell a day.
What?
Yeah, forever. This is my first game on Roll20 though. My first online game.
No problem.
And I'm playing Val and the Elf.
Oh, you're.
Who would like to go next?
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm 23.
Is anyone else
Yeah,
here on the buzzing?
Your mic seems to have a severe problem with the speaker. And whatnot.
Disconnect and reconnect. That usually fixes it for me.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, disconnect from Discord and then reconnect.
I
Tragedy.
did. I mean, from all. How do I do that?
Just like leave the chat and then come back in, I think.
Wow.
Because it's like it's also like robo-copping.
Yeah.
You downloading anything?
No, I just
I think it's your video that is lagging as well, so I think your internet connection may be the problem here. Are you using audio on Wi-Fi?
No.
I don't know what the problem is.
have-
I wish it gets fixed pretty soon, however.
Yeah, I have a rather crappy Chromebook as my only like computer right now.
Oh, the sound quality sounds way better
Yeah,
though.
I was like, I didn't know if he was the one talking. Yeah.
Although the sound is that side
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah, the sound is-
Yeah.
I had a Roll20 up on my computer, and I thought that's
Oh,
okay,
there
that's
you go.
going.
Yeah.
Am I coming in any clear?
We will see what we can do to help you. Although it
I have an
seems like
idea.
it
I
is,
hope it'll work.
yes. I
That's
hope
that's
it works
weird.
too.
You're a tall guy, right?
Yes, I am.
In the other session that tall guy and I play, we don't do video, but we do audio, and he sounds crystal clear.
The reason
That's
why
'cause
that
they use
happens is the video
phone.
uses some more bandwidth for the thing and uses some more
Yeah.
resources of the computer. I had the players who had the similar type of problems, and they have like smooth talking in like a speakers, and they have a severe problem in the video as well. And the reason why on the forum that I was recruiting said that you need to have a good connections for the video and the audio is that I had 3 players in the previous times who had the problem with the sound, and their voice was constantly cutting out every session. And all 3 of them ended up leaving. Not me kicking them out, but leaving because they were frustrated because their voice was cutting out almost half the time. But yeah, I wish we can get this solved pretty soon. Hopefully within the next 3 weeks before you come back officially. But
Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try connecting my the call via my phone.
That might actually be better. Who knows?
alrighty. Well, while
So,
he is handling that,
and now I'm only a talking head. God damn it! Oh wait, there I am.
yeah,
so
that's
much better.
crystal clear and better with the quality. Yes,
Yes.
that's
But
perfect.
now I gotta get a stand for this so that I'm not constantly holding it.
Dude,
Oh, just
do
put
you
like
have
a
a-
book,
do you have
Tape,
two
bro,
books or
tape.
something. Yes,
Do you
tape.
have-
Take your phone.
Don't worry, I got some
do you have a
ideas.
banana hook like for bananas?
No, but I have an idea. I'll get working soon. I'll probably come in next week to see if to test it out, if that's okay with you guys.
That is very
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So I
Yes,
do
this is very good. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
this is
do my
fantastic.
introduction again.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Sean. I'm 23 years old. Been playing D&D for about 2 months now, and but I've been listening to like podcasts for a couple of years now. My day-to-day life is mostly me studying to become a radio broadcaster, and aside from that, I like anime. I like crazy shenanigans, and I kind of enjoy doing funny voices, as Kazi can attest to that.
Yeah. It's very
I'm
good.
looking forward to playing with you guys. Now, if you don't mind, this weird well just popped up in my room. I'm gonna go take a look at it.
What? That was my fault.
I just wanted to do a bit.
I'm so sorry I said it, and it took off and they're like its own thing.
I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
See, man.
Oh, I thought he was gonna be here while we were doing the rules things, but anyhow, we realized he should be able to watch the recordings anyway. However, the last person.
Okay. Yep, that's me. I am Zach. I am playing the cleric Vandar. So you guys can make fun of me. Other than that, I am actually narcoleptic, and I am going to school for pharmacy right now. I mean, I finished my semester, but that's regardless. I've been playing D&D for about a little over a year right now. This is actually only my 3rd time playing as a player character, because earlier I said I've only played this character twice, and my DM was actually really awful. So I'm really excited to be here.
Well, he's an awful DM to land that
Yeah, you'll have that, dude. I've been at this for 20 years, and it just happens. You get it once in a while.
Well,
Yeah.
every DM needs different players, and similar type of people get their subs. So, but now actual last person.
Okay, first off, can you guys hear me?
Yes. We can
Yes.
hear you.
I hear you
Okay.
fine, man.
Just wanted to make sure. I'm Joe. I'm the other old guy. I will be playing Elrit the Bard. Let's see, it's been about 15 years since I last played Dungeons and Dragons. So this will be my first time playing in a very long time.
Oh wow.
So
Hopefully, it'll be the good first one.
I sure hope so. It seems like a good group so far. So I'm excited to be with y'all.
Yeah.
Yes. I am excited to play with all of you guys. I feel I will take some time to remember all your names along with the Discord names, along with the character names. Likely I can tell that at some point your real name will be likely phased out into the character name because I'll be calling you guys majorly through your characters. And as you guys know, I have main editor groups so that I get the name confused here and there. But yes, first I would like to talk about the general things that I do in the campaign in terms of the characters.
I'm playing D&D.
Many people have, as the recruitment mentioned, that they have a priority on how to act the characters. And one thing that I think most important in my sessions that I ask players to do so is that work with each other as a team. And as long as all the players are happy, I will be happy. And I will have no problem with all the actions that you do, as long as it doesn't upset anyone in your group or blocking the too much option for a person. So for example, let's say my character, as an example, I had a character Monk who would go into the battlefield and I would never leave my allies behind. And battle is lost, however. And all the friends in your team knows that this battle is lost and they have to get out now. Although my character refuses to leave. In that case, you can probably talk to the group about, okay, how about my character is like refusing to leave, but one of you will snatch me, so I'll be like, no, and be pulled out as the group leaves the area. So you can talk with your group along with the solutions that you can still be in your character along with the making the group satisfied with the options. That's one way. Or talk with the group about, I want to do this option, but the other person wants to do these options, so why don't we come up with a compromise? So that type of thing, so that everyone, I expect you guys talk in characters or in players, as long as you guys are happy. Either way that you feel comfortable with. Along with that, in that line, along with the alignment, you guys seen that there is a notes for saying that this is a good campaign. However, if most of you deviates from the good and tends towards evil, and as I've seen a lot about the brothels and whatnot, we'll talk about more complicated issues.
It was mostly a joke.
No, but if you really want to do that, I'm very fine with it. However, as long as everyone in the group feels comfortable with it, I am okay with it. And in that case, next time when I recruit, I probably take out that good campaign, just that word out, so that next person comes in expecting that you guys are not entirely good guys. But it would be entirely depends on you guys about what you want to do in the campaign. Do be as free as possible, be as free creative as possible, and I will not do anything unrealistic at least to prevent you from doing what you want to do with your character and your story. I think that is pretty much it. As you have been saying, knowing, I usually almost not say no for the things that your character wants to do. If you want your character to do something, I'll try to refine some way. Along with that line, most of the D&Ds, rule-wise, I want to clarify is that since this is a Roll20 campaign, we can do homebrew stuffs and whatnot, and if you have any extra rules that you want to add up, you can talk to me, and I will bring up with the group, and if everyone's okay with it, we will implement it. However, if there's any rules that we have not discussed, then for the people who would come in later in the time, or for anyone who is new, I would probably keep it as close to the book as possible. But everyone makes a misplay and mistakes. So what I usually do is that if you do something that is off the rule, I usually say that is fine for now, we will do it. But later in the time, I would explain the rule about, like, for example, oh, you cannot cast a spell as a bonus action and then cast the actual spell as an actual action. One has to be
Well, sure,
action.
no.
Something like that is pretty tricky one for the newcomers, and depends on the editions, it may not be entirely true. So first time when you make mistake, it always flies goes, but next time we'll be talking about it more deep in depth. That type of thing. In that line, is there any rules that you really liked from the other D&D sessions or other editions that, or even other campaign that you really liked and want to bring into this campaign?
I was really looking forward to just playing 5e. I haven't played it, so.
And it's perfect.
Dude, 5e is a great mix of roleplay and fighting. Like,
That's
4e
what
is
they-
a lot of fighting.
4e was like more of a mini game. It was a war game. Like,
I heard that 4E was a disaster and many people hated it.
4e just has you, like, skill challenges, combat. Combat in 4e was a slog, in my opinion.
it was.
I started playing D&D only like 2 years ago, and ever since I've been DMing. So I
Only
haven't-
5e?
Yeah, only 5e. I only played. There were some other non-D&D campaigns that I played. There were some weird ones. Some wasteland one and some futuristic ones. I forgot their names, but they're not D&D. Who cares? Regardless, is there anything that you guys want to ask me before we start up into the campaign?
Just basically nobody knows anything about this place we're going. We're all just refugees from the Thousand Islands.
That would be the idea of the campaign, so that all of you start us as something new. Oh, and for the monster statistics and whatnot, some of the monsters may not even be in the monster manual and whatnot. I usually come up with something.
That's the fun part, though.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even existing monsters, I may change up their statistics, and even the same monsters, I could roll like health for each of them, so that they may be slightly different here and there. But all in all, actually,
That's good. That's
Yeah.
good.
If you had to say that there was, I don't know, possibly if I had to pick a favorite enemy type,
Oh.
what enemy type would that be?
The easiest one that is most useful would be Beast in these settings. There will be a lot of non-Beast types as well, but that's the most common one throughout the campaign, I believe.
Because it's like,
it's
it's
everywhere.
unexplored lands, right?
Right.
So, yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
All right, cool.
Yes.
Good to know. I, on an unrelated note, needs to change my character sheet.
Alright, then we will, if there's no further questions, we'll start right into the campaign, and I hope you enjoyed. Alright, you guys embarked a journey to find a new life into the new sea. Smell of calm ocean, breeze cools your mind. With the promise of new life, you step into the Black Dolphin, a ship that will guide your journey to the land of opportunity. However, the journey was not exactly what you had in mind. Those sailors and those people that give you some sort of weird smirk when you said that, yeah, I'm going into Black Dolphin, into new life. Everyone looks at you with a kind of sorry face, and you, at that time, you had no idea what that was about. But you realize that as you're sailing, you were stuck in there and sailing for last 2 months, sailing across a vast ocean, eating nothing but salted sausage and some very dried pork that you don't even want to put your mouth on, and rock solid bread that have been salted to the end of the world. Like, every day and night it was a torture. Looking at the scenery, there is nothing changes outside. You go up on the deck and you look at the sea and some seagulls that you see in the end of the horizon, and nothing but the ocean. Next day, nothing but the ocean. And day after day and after day, your hopes and dreams that you got, that's like, oh, it'll be so cool. It'll be ocean there. We'll be like fishing. All the dreams were shattered after day, and your hopes withers away. However, through the high winds and heavy rains, day that you never thought would come has finally come. Weather is bright, revealing a town at the edge of your sight, getting ever so slowly closer. You see a small town. I tried to describe it as much as possible, but it was really, really hard for me to actually describe what the town looks like. So there is a general towns that you see from the very far away, just a zip of it. I just drew it in the Photoshop in like 5 minutes. You see
that's a great map.
As I mentioned, my art skill and my preparation on the assets about the details are narratively are good, but not really in terms of.
No, I've seen worse maps. Seriously, you're good.
Yeah, I have to. Yeah, it's
The fact
I get it.
Yeah.
But yes, you see there is a cliff on one side of the town, and you see a giant tower, a black tower that you had never seen before of that size or height. And in the lower part of the cliff, you see that there is a bunch of houses, has a smoke coming out from their chimneys, and you can see that there is many tiny villagers walking around in here and there, although the numbers are not that many as you thought the big town would be. And there is a walls. You see that there is 2 walls that are surrounding the town. One that has a beach. My pronunciation.
It's got a beach.
One that has a beach, and one that is covering the entire town's area. And as you see that things from far away, from your windows, from the walls, you hear a voice through the speaking tube right beside you in your room. The saying that, "Alright, we have arrived in New Westral. The ship cannot move in any closer to the shore, so we will transfer you to the boat. Please come to the main deck. Make sure you checked all your personal belongings before you leave your rooms. For those who are heading to Haven, please stay on the board. Thank you." And knowing that you were contracted to go to the New Istro, you know that this is your journey.
Just run into those boats, getting ready to get off this dang boat already.
Valen is gathering his family as quickly as possible to get off of this boat. This is the worst thing that ever happened.
And your wife and family means your wife, right? Did you
Yeah, and the baby.
else? Oh, baby! I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
Probably should have.
And the baby.
All right. She brings a baby, and her face was tired and sickened from all this journey. She knew that it was a bad idea, and you
Yes.
can see that there is a bad omen in her face. Likely, the night when she arrives to town, probably will get better.
I give her the kind of look that says, "I know I'm going to hear about it, but I don't want to hear about it now. Can we just get off the boat?"
She sighs briefly and says, "Yes, not in front of our babies." And she just supportingly follows you behind. And as all of you come across the deck on the top. Well, before that, does anyone want to do anything while going up? Or for you two?
I daintily carry like an armful of like scripture and like loose like leaf paper full of, you know, religious scripts, I guess. Making sure that none of them gets wet or like any blow away in the wind. I'm like walking very carefully with them to the boat.
Port.
Who has a dog on the background noise? Can the
That's me.
person change it to the press? No, the dog is fine, but can you change it to the press? Poor dog is getting their lecture. No.
This
I like
is on
Doggo.
you, Nani.
It's
This is
all
on
That's
right.
you.
why I didn't take you on the ship.
I should have said earlier about just changing to speaking. No, I love dogs. But yes, it seems like your journey was blessed by the sun god, as you see that there is a sign of a beautiful sun outside. And even though all those horrible journeys, you feel like your journey is on a good start on a fine, shiny day. And you don't have to kick out your dog and stuff like that. As long as you change it to the push to talk, it's fine. I love dogs.
Where is that?
If you go into settings in the Discord, there should be option to change it to the push to talk.
Yeah, it's a voice and video.
Okay.
Right under app settings, yeah, right
Yep.
there.
In the video, if you put your mouse over, you should be able to see the cog button that says user settings.
Oh,
We
sounds
can't
like
hear you. He got it.
It sounds like you found it.
Yep. Now press something and say something so that we can know it will work.
Make sure you have the right button bound. Yeah, we can't hear you.
Usually it's the button beside the number key 1. That squiggly
Tilde.
Tilde, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, tilde.
Maybe he's on Mac or something.
Yeah,
Maybe
it
it's
should say
different.
he can change it to whatever he wants. I think, right?
I think he's on default setting, however.
No, whatever. I'm good.
Oh, now I can hear you. There you go.
Oh, great.
Well, that's what we got. Listen down.
There you go.
Yeah, so you basically go to voice and video, enable push to talk, and then go down to keybinds, and it'll be right there.
All right, and I forgot your name.
Like that. Like that?
Yes, that works. What was your name again? Person with glasses. Not the.
Me, I'm Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
I'm also playing Elrit.
Yes.
Oh,
Ellet,
me-
is there anything that you would like to do?
Oh yeah, since Elrit is so much shorter than everybody else, he's kind of just trying to maneuver his way through the crowd, sneaking through people's legs if he has to. Just really at this point, just trying to jump on one of those boats to get the hell out of here.
Yes, after so many hours of being stuck in here with your short legs, it was a torture being in here. As soon as you come up into the outside and look out, you see a change of scenery that just rings your soul in happiness. And along with that, you see a white sailor with a captain's head that you have known. And I hear echoes. Who has echoes? Someone is someone has not using the headset.
feedback.
Yeah. Yep.
You got headphones?
Oh, there we go. Okay. As long as he's using push to talk, should be fine. So,
Yeah.
But regardless, you see a captain on the outside. You know that from the journey that he calls himself the Doyle, Captain Doyle, and he puts the firm hand on your shoulder and says that, "Ella, was it? Well, I hope this island is what you're looking for."
I sure hope so too. I have no idea what to expect, but I'm just looking for a journey here.
Well, I'm sure you'll find plenty of journey here. But why don't you stand in here? And he points you to one side of the boats. And you can see that mainly the sailor seems to be preparing some sort of rope that is hanging from the one side of the boat to the bottom. And if you would look down, you can see that there is the one small fishing boat, it seems. It seems to have a fishing net that is hanging from each of the sides, just coming slowly to the big ship on the sides.
Okay, I'll go ahead and follow him and hop onto that boat if I'm able to.
All right, the ship is pretty big, and you need to slide down the rope in order to hop down, but you likely manage to hop down to the boat. As you quickly hop down into the boat kind of like swiggles rapidly as you do so, and the fisher who seems to be navigating the boat is like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa! You don't do that in the small boat like this."
All right, as soon as I'm able to get my balance, I'm just gonna stay still and give him a little wave of apology and try to just take my place.
Yes, stay still. And as the rest of you guys comes up to the boat, He gestures all of you guys to the boat on the sides with the rope.
Okay.
Yep, just keeping to myself. Get on the boat. Find a little corner.
Valen's gonna get in the boat and just sit down. It's trying to get to land. It's like another boat. Like he's just exasperated.
Yeah. As you're exasperated and get some time to quickly into the boat, I imagine all 5 of you just slowly moves into the smaller boats on the sides. And the captain on the sides confirms that all 5 of you, all 7 of you, has rowed the boat finally. He give you a quick, how do you say?
Salute.
Yeah, he quick salute, and he shouts out to the fisher looking at, and says that, Sangha, say hello to Tala for me. I'll be visiting in 2 weeks or so. And the fisher, the old fisher that is sitting beside you, looks up and say, no worries, my friend, no worries. And he looks behind you and says, well, let's go on. And he grabs the 2 rows on the sides and he starts rowing. And along with that, you see a tiny boy on the back sides of the boat, and he seems to be getting a smaller row, and he seems to be rowing as well. Although, for the age of his time, he seems to be very muscly and strong compared to the regular boys on the age of 13 or 14. And as you guys row slowly into the boat, connectivity!
Sorry about
Wow,
that.
it happens.
There was like a desync.
Yeah. Sangha looks behind all of you and says that, well, I heard that you are here for a contract.
Yep.
So what's
So are we
your
all here?
That would be right.
Yes, sir.
What's
I'm
your
here to
folk
get paid.
stories? Just here to get paid.
Yeah.
Well, you must be looking for a hell of a pay to get through that.
Oh yeah. I'm looking for very special people for very special reasons that are only for me to know. I sort of give him a quick nod.
I mean, adventure and starting a new life. I mean, what's there not to love?
Well, for one
The
to
ocean.
tell. Yes, the ocean. And the monsters that you have never seen, and you have to actually fight for your safety instead of just leaving it to some guards and mercenaries. It's a more dangerous life than what most of the islanders bury in their mind. Well,
Guards are overrated anyway.
for me, I was mostly tricked. Oh, I should have never come here.
Ooh, that
And-
doesn't sound very.
And he just like
Nice.
rolls with the pesky face and says, well, they said
In
that.
Elvis, I look at my wife and I say, that doesn't bode well.
And
I
he-
just take the tarp, large tarp, on my back and rest it in my lap now so it doesn't get wet.
Yeah. I see many adventurers coming here for finding fortune and whatnot. But a fisher like me, yeah, there's not much to do except just provide fishes for those adventurers, and you know that they're pesky and, well, I'm not talking to you exactly, but it's not exactly not a lot of adventurers come and by into this area anyway. Yeah,
He's human, right?
he's human.
Okay, well then, yeah, I turned to him because he mentioned adventurers. I say, have you seen any return? Like actual adventurers ever return? Do you ever see them again once they get on the island?
Well, most of the flocks goes to that Haven or New Kalo. Yeah, this one, well, our town is quite a small one compared to the other one. Well, New Istro is quite young. It only had been recently built in a recent year or so.
What's your government structure like? You got a like a king or something?
Oh, kings, no. It's a small settlement. We only have a mayor. Well, mostly self-appointed anyway. Well, you probably see him when you get there. But he funded a lot of money to get all those adventurers into the town and building the walls and whatnot. And he looks at the walls, as he mentions, as you guys get closer and closer to the city.
Karak doesn't even look up and just asks how many people.
Looks it down and count what?
Karak doesn't even look up and he says how many people.
He says about 50.
Oh, that's not a lot at all.
How many
Very
adventurers?
small. Well, not many. 50 are exactly villagers. Not
This is a fine question.
He nods his head and is like, yes. Most of the adventurers just move on to the other towns. So,
Gotcha.
but to keep the town stable at least, they need a stream of adventurers coming and go. I hope you guys are here to stay.
Well, it all depends. It all depends.
I mean,
Well-
I'm sure we can. I mean, at least I can. I don't know about.
50 is a lot of people as far as Valen is concerned. Going to a bigger town is like baffling. No.
He nods his head and says that, well, other town has their own problems as well. Our town is a little bit more silent than other ones. However, we recently built a boarding house for adventurers like you would be able to stay. So that, well, we figured that most of the adventurers are leaving because they would have to sleep in the tents and whatnot.
Do you happen to have a temple or a chapel or anything of that kind of?
You're a
So-
religious folk?
Yes, very. Have you actually heard of the Amonitar? My patron.
Oh, a Minotaur. Yeah, I've heard of them. Yeah,
Yes.
there is a crazy fella. You should talk to. Actually, me as a DM is remembering the name. You should talk to Ayan. He loves to that type of thing. He
How do you
sets
spell
up
that?
all
He
sorts of
attracts crazy.
shrines.
Oh, perfect. Well,
Uh,
I appreciate that very much, sir.
Oh, however, our town is quite small and we don't have any churches or any temple or shrines even. Closest thing that we got is a shrine that is set up by Ayan.
And do you have evangelicizers? Is that a word? Out of character.
Those evangelizers, well, you mean the missionaries? They always
Yes.
go into the bigger town to get a lot more people in. And they usually use our town to jump into the other settlements, or they found some big native cities apparently. People
Ooh.
living here. And they have been spreading their religions into those lands, but town with 50 people, old people like me, and not much. They usually just pass by.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sure we can set something up.
I just say under my breath, they go for the people with the money. Of course.
Garrick would actually probably like
That's always the case.
turn to the you were the one who the cleric. You said you were a halfling, right?
Half elf.
Oh, half elf. Sorry. He would actually like turn to you and be like, "So you're a religious type then?"
Oh, yes. How old are you? Like in character?
Oh, 26.
Okay. Yes, sir. I am.
Oh, okay. That's yeah. Good. Also interesting that I sort of look at you. You're obviously a half elf, right?
Yes.
Like it's interesting to see another half elf. Also, I gotta admit that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I love seeing people that I can relate to.
The elves are some wild looking elves. Like they're not like you look at and want to strike a conversation with. Them.
I mean, I'm a half elf, so I like yeah. So like getting used to people. I don't see a lot of other half elves.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep.
And as you guys are coming along and closer to the town, you thought that it would just take just a few moments to get there. However, you guys see that this fisher that is bringing you closer to the town seems not be driving you guys towards the beach area. However, he seems to be drifting towards the A cliff. You don't think that likely boat should not be able to land there?
I kind of like try to get his attention and be like, "Oh, sir,
While he's getting
the
his
shore's
attention,
over
I say,
there."
"What are you doing?" I just asked the fisherman, "What are you doing?
Well, he looks back at you and says, "What do you mean?"
Where are you going?
The
That's not the
shore's that way.
Oh yeah. We have to go around though. Just wait for me a moment.
Around where the half he brings up a point, pointing towards the cleric.
By the way, if you want to make if in character would like to tell if this guy's lying or being not too honest, you can ask me that I would like to. My character thinks that he is the dirty liar, and I would like to roll an insight check or something like that in Alliance. And
Can I roll insight?
Yes, roll insight.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I really want to get on that beach, so I probably insight him too.
All right, for all of you who would like to insight him, roll an insight.
Malin doesn't need to roll insight because he assumes he's a liar. He's a human.
All right, and give me a second. I just realized that I left my dice in my bag. And give me a second.
I rolled Dookie, so.
Let's see if I rolled Dookie. I rolled pretty decent for a commoner.
No Dookie? Alright, no Dookies here.
There you go. 8 and 14. Is there anyone else who would like to roll insight?
Oh, come on! Whoa!
Whoa, natural 20.
Hey, there we go. I got this guy red.
And you've
Alright.
already used your first 20.
So no one else, I would assume, would like to suspect him on the way. All right, Kazi, you find out that this man is not exactly he looks old and he looks like pretty poor. Maybe you heard about those pirates on the offshore that is operating. Maybe he's trying to bring you guys into some secret place and maybe sell you even. Maybe this child, he was muscly. Maybe he's one of the bandits disguised. And
No, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. For J-Bar, you find that he doesn't seem to be exactly lying. You figure that he exactly doesn't have a reason to lie to you. There is still a big black ship, the Black Dolphin, like pretty in proximity, and clearly they will be warning you, or even some sailors, you can see it on the top of the deck looking in your direction. Unless they are lying too, which you don't think so, likely this person is honest as well. And with Eld, you figure that this man seems to be pretty concerned about really going into the direct passage. You feel like he is honestly telling the truth about he have to take a longer route in order to get to the town.
Okay, I'm gonna pipe up and ask him, why do we need to take the longer way around?
Well, there are some weird fishes in that area. They'll capsize your boat if you try to go near. You see those rocks over there? And he points at those two particular rocks. It seems to be like the one rock, smaller rock, and one bigger rock, and they seem to be connected with some sort of bridge in between. Although not man-made, just the rock seems to be forming in that way. And on top of it, you see a little old barn house on top of it. And yeah. He points to the tech direction and says that anytime when I try to get there, some crazy fishes try to capsize my ship, and last time when that happens, it took me months for that to get fixed, and yeah.
Sorry to hear
Big
that.
fish.
Well,
Sounds like a likely excuse. I unwrap the tarp I have, unveiling the musket. I'm on guard now.
What the heck is that?
You don't need to know. Hopefully you won't see. If this man's telling the truth.
Alright.
Okay then.
I'm just like strumming my fingers along it, like nervously, you know.
I'm going to use sleight of hand to palm a dagger so I have one out in case.
Secretly?
Yes.
Okay. Why don't you roll sleight of hand?
Gary probably has like his hands under his robe, possibly holding a blade he has under his cloak.
They're
Just,
commoners,
a little
so
cautious.
their passive perception would be 10. So technically, if you beat them, you should be able to.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my lute and just kind of sit back and play a nice little song.
He's
Try to
got a
calm
loot.
everybody's nerves.
Try to loot.
He's gonna cast a spell on us.
So
Yeah, it's good to have it out in case I need to cast a spell, but really just trying to calm everybody down a little bit right now.
yep, I'll process the dagger result as soon as that is processed. And as the Fisher just slowly goes towards the flip direction. I hear the echoes. Can you like not press the push to talk while listening?
I haven't been pressing it.
Oh, do you have the voice on by threshold or something? Sometimes. Oh,
Well, it's fine now. Yeah,
it's
it's
on
weird.
now.
I
Yeah.
think it's just delayed, probably.
All right. Yep. You guys, the old man, the fishman, he doesn't seem to be exactly lying to you guys. After a moment, as he gets closer to the cliff, he turns his direction slowly towards the beach. And soon enough, you guys actually land. And in there, you see one dwarf that seems to be out and with a pretty magnificent beard. And the dwarf opens their arm and shouts, "Well, welcome! Come! Well, I am Dala!" And puts her hand out.
I completely ignore him at first and just jump off the boat into the sand and just start feeling it in my hands, like, yes, finally, land.
I'm last off the boat as I wrap my, which obviously no one else knows what the hell a musket is. I wrap up this weird object back in the tarp and put it back on my back.
Running off of the boat as quick as possible.
Okay.
I step off the boat and I walk over to Dala and I extend my hand in greeting to shake their hand. Be like, "Oh, nice to meet you, Dala. It's wonderful to be here."
Dala shakes your hand as well, very firmly, and says, yes, it's very good to see you as well. And as she is actually greeting you, you notices that the Sangha, the fisher who had brought you here, says that, "Oi, the Doyle said that it's hello to you. He said he will be back here in 2 weeks." And the Dala goes like, "Oh, that's good to hear. I will see to it. And for now, the adventurers, well met. I'll show you around the town."
Cool.
That would be appreciated. Thank you, Miss Dala.
Yes.
No.
And you notices that all the people, for example, the Sangha treats him as she, but you know that maybe from the dwarf culture that even the dwarf woman has the beard grown and stuff like that.
Nice.
So you feel like she's probably that case as well, although her voice seems to be very thick and as well. But yeah. As she guides you through the town, she goes around the wall that is carrying the inner sides of the town, and says that, "So, we'll be doing the contract. Are you aware of the full details of it?"
Not fully, Dala.
I just sort of jumped on the chance. I didn't really read the whole thing, the whole rules.
I'm going to go ahead and say no, but my character knows the contract, but wants Dala to explain.
Okay. She nods her head and says, "Well, the contract is complete, technically, as you are setting foot in this new continent. However, with the additional clause that if you would like to settle in the town and visit me as the representative of the Black Owls Company, I'll be offering you 2 golds for that day that you visited me."
Ooh.
You said 2 gold?
2 gold per day we visit.
Yep, so whenever you visit her, you will get 2 gold.
Interesting.
And what is the purpose of visiting you?
Well, just a sign that you are staying near the town at least. Well, Black Owl's company is being paid to bring the settlers in, not just the adventurers. That's why we
Well,
attached to the claw.
my wife and my son are going to require lodging in the town.
We currently have a boarding house that is set up for all adventurers. Your family would welcome to stay in there, although you would have to talk to the mayor for about that.
Very well.
But
What is the mayor's name?
He's Mayor Dreader, you would address him. He's a nice guy, very handsome man. And Oz mentions...
I'm sure that's true, thank you.
Can I walk over? Sorry, can I walk over to the wife with the baby and look at the baby and say, "Oh, what is this? This is yours?"
Oz, you mentioned that the wife just goes like this protectively, and she's like staying behind. What was that?
Valen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
An equally savage-looking elf, and Valen's even gonna look at the guy like, "Really?"
I just look over and I was like, "They'll steal him. He'll steal him.
What?
He'll either steal his faith or him."
Okay. At that hostile reaction, I kind of slump away with my shoulders hunched, trying to retreat into myself and away from the mother.
No, that's fine. That's my son. We're not exactly accustomed to dealing with outsiders. We're going to try to do our best to acclimate to this new land. And I'm going to grab my son and I'm going to hold it out so that the priest can see it.
She doesn't exactly seems to be happy with it. She's giving you a stern look on your thing. You likely know that there's a lot of talking.
Please calm down. We're going to do our best to not be stabbed while we're here.
I just wanted to know if he's been baptized yet.
No, don't. Carrick just shakes his head as he wants to say something, but he's not gonna. He's gonna let it happen.
Yeah, Elrith's gonna pop up with his little one-way telepathy thing to the cleric. Just be like, "Nope, don't do that. Just shut up."
What? I'm sorry. I don't speak common very often. What does that mean?
I mean, has he been blessed yet?
Yes.
We have our own culture and priests of our own.
Thank you. Thank you.
You think all elves are savages or something?
I didn't say that, but that's okay. And then that's when I would probably continue slumping away.
As you're slumping away, she just hastily goes to you and snatches the baby from your hands. And
I walk up to the half elf.
I probably deserve that, and I apologize.
I walk up to the half elf, sort of like put my I put my left hand on her.
Him.
Oh, him. Right. Sorry,
Mm-hmm.
him, and then be like, "It's all right." Like sort of like comforting, like, I don't know. I'm just like, not everyone's accustomed to half elves. Yeah. Although I guess it was more of your religious stuff. But either way, don't worry. It's fine. It's fine.
I'll try to remember that.
And I sort of like whispered him like I know most of the fool elves tend to be a little bit more uppity.
I haven't met many of them, but I could tell so far.
Yeah, I've met a few. I was raised by at least one, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wait,
Looking around.
And then I turned to him and I'm like, wait, were you not raised by one, or were they also half?
Well, you see, I mostly grew up in the church. I didn't really I have my parents for super long.
And then he kind of just takes his hand off, and he's like, "All right, that's cool." And then he just walks off, trying to be friendly to these strangers.
Yeah.
Valen did his best.
Oh no, that's what. Honestly, you were in the right in that. I was just peppering because I'm trying to be extra nice to the other half elf because I'm like, ooh, a half elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay. The Tala looks at you happily, with a smile with her beard, says that, well, it's good that we have adventures, all be happy with each other. Oh, you lady, you should open up a little bit more. That's why elves don't get very good ratings among the good friends list. You get some beer. And she looks at the dwarf, this dwarf woman with hatred, and then whispers to you, saying that, I don't think we should take her gold.
We need their gold.
We can make our own golds with our own hands.
Can I do a perception check to see if I hear this?
You definitely hear it. You're there.
Yeah, I hear this. Oh, families.
I just think to myself, oh, these elves think that the dwarf money isn't good enough. All right.
And also Tala goes in to the town. You guys see that you guys pass by one watchtower that is set up on the outside of the wall. And inside you see that there is a bunch of wooden houses inside that are pretty hastily built. They're not like exactly very well constructed beings, but they seem to be doing their job as a shelter and as the being that people can sleep in there. And in the town of center, you guys see a very well constructed well. That one especially constructed out of stone, unlike all the structures around. And black whale seems to be sitting in the center of the town. And the Tala just goes past by, and across the well, you see that there is a shop that is open. Stronghurst Best Shop. And under there, you see the name Black Owl Company. And she points to there in front of it, and in there, strangely however, unlike many of the shop, you see that there is 3 people inside that are injured and has bandages around them and is lying down. And unlike the regular shops that usually sell, it seems like they have weird combinations going on. They have like a tables outside that have been set up, and you can see the signs of a few beer bottles and kegs here lying around. And even on the side, you can see a few of the brewing pots just being set up and boiling some sort of brews inside. Quite an oddity to see seen in the center of the town.
So it's a tavern / hospital / no.
It's literally the best shop. It's a one-stop shop.
Yeah, right. That's all you want.
Donna nods her head as it goes on, and is like, "Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Well, I am the only one who has some experience with medical needs for the people."
Oh, Miss Dala, I think I could probably help you with that.
Be careful, he might baptize your children.
I look at the sorry, what was your character's? Or you're an elf, right?
Half elf. Oh wait, sorry. Talking to the elf.
Yeah.
Oh, Valen is an elf. Yeah, Valen is an elf, and his wife is an elf.
I look at Valen and I'm like, I hate to say this, but the elf makes a great point.
Wait, what are you again? You're the one who just said you make a great point.
I'm a tiefling, but like,
all right.
I'm still like very much so like hood covered, cloak.
The Tala goes and is like, "Why don't you go and sit down? I'll bring the mayor here. He should be coming soon." And he brings the chair for each of you. He brings a tall chair for all 4 of you. However, to Ellet, she brings a tiny chair that it fits the size of a dwarf and a halfling, and then give you the nice little smaller chair with a little bit smaller table that fits in your actual table size that you can comfortably have a meal.
Oh look, a baby seat.
And the Tala looks offended.
I'm fine with
this is why. Elves. Oh, regardless, you're all welcome anyway. What? As long as you have a beer, right? And she brings a few of the kegs and give you guys each one, and they say, "Just wait up. If you want, you can talk to the people around, but just until mayor is coming, you should at least stay here."
I'm gonna use investigation on the beer to see if it's been tampered.
Okay. Yep. Roll investigation. Would it be investigation? Let me
I want to intimidate the beer.
I say that
Joey!
if you have a medicine
It's
check,
your choice. Yeah.
medicine check.
Medicine? Okay.
Yeah. I think it's closest to food. Actually, the best check would be cook's utensil, but I know that you probably don't have
Oh,
it.
I've rolled an 18.
All right, pretty good. You notices that beer, this one that you have seen, you've never seen this color before. It's actually pink.
I don't drink it.
However,
I'm not drinking that.
as you put your nose on that, it feels pretty sweet, and you feel like there's alcohol in it. And yeah, this is definitely alcohol. Although this type you have never have seen before in the islands.
Is it like just room temperature or something?
It is pretty warm beer. It's not a cool beer.
It's from a keg.
unfortunately.
Yeah, that's been outside.
I-
yeah.
I take it. I like sort of like take it to the corner, like kind of like slight, like maybe even if I have to do sleight of hand because I'm not showy about it. It's gonna cast precipitation and I'm gonna have a cold beer all of a sudden.
Okay. Also, you put your mouth on the beer. It is pretty cool and sweet, and pretty wild taste that you can have. And it is pretty similar taste to the beers that you have inside in the islands. However, as I mentioned, it is much sweeter in degrees. Likely, they have been rebrewing it with something that can be replaced within this lands.
They're fortifying it. All right. So I realize that it's not malicious, and I take just a little bit, couple sips.
Other than the
Valen does-
extreme sweetness that you
Alan
feel.
doesn't drink.
Elrit's gonna go ahead and just chug back half of his.
Okay. In the halfling's taste, it
Drinking
is pretty
drinking is for
good.
humans.
It seems like the degree is quite correct. It doesn't get you like super heavily like dunked right after. It feels quite pleasant and light for you, and as a beverage even, it tastes pretty good. Really, it feels like sweetened milk even.
I noticed that the halfling literally downed it in about 2 seconds and just hand mine over.
I accept it gratefully with a nod.
All
And
right.
go ahead and down that one too.
But I take the glass back. I take the empty glass back.
Yeah, go for it.
Are we in the like the inn/hospital/?
We're outside, right?
The shop is set up on the building. However, these tables are set up outside so that people can sit down and
Okay.
currently enjoy. And from here, the shop is on a little bit higher side of the cliff, so you can see that all the sea surroundings. So you see that those two rocks that you have seen outside, along with the tall tower on the behind. And in here, you should be able to see the forests that are pending across beyond the walls. Although you see like few houses, one house in specific set up outside of the house, outside of the walls. However,
Is there a person like serving drinks, or was it just
there are no
The
person
door-
serving the drinks. However, there seems to be 3 injured people inside that are currently wrapped up in bandages. However, one in specific seems to be looking in your general direction, and he just
Mine?
comes up. Yep, he just comes up from his bed and crawls out to your seats. And he grabs one of the empty keg, and he seems to be filling up his by opening up one of the containers outside one of the barrels.
I'm gonna look at that guy and I'm gonna ask him who lives in the tower.
Well, nice to meet you. Well,
I apologize.
Well, I am A.
My name is Valen. Who lives in the tower?
He sits on the chair in front of you and then drinks and sips a little bit of the beer. It's like, these baby tasting beers. I never liked them.
Looks like the dead can walk, as I realize that he's covered in bandages.
Well, friend, do you have any, you seem like an adventurer. Do you have any beers outside that you brought? Maybe jog my memory about who lives in the tower.
Sure, you can have my pink beer.
Oh, not the pink one. It's for babies.
That's all I.
It's for babies.
The halfling does seem to enjoy them.
You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take some of my beer. And I'm gonna again cast prestidigitation on it secretly, and I'm gonna change the flavor because I think that is something I can do. I can flavor it.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it a different type of beer that maybe I've had before. Just give it a different taste, and I'm just gonna pull it up and be hey, I got this. I mean, I know it looks similar, but trust me, it tastes better. It tastes different.
Why don't you roll persuasion?
Okay, persuasion.
I'm going
to aid him by saying, yes, clearly this is a superior beer. I'm going to aid him to give him an advantage because I have persuasion as a proficient skill.
Okay, what is your persuasion with advantage?
Okay.
You got to roll twice, I think, for advantage, right?
Yeah.
19.
Okay. He doesn't entirely seem to be trusting, however, nothing bad can come out of this, right? I mean, and he reaches his hands out of the beer, and how did you augment the beer's taste? As he tasted?
Let's see. It tastes like an apple cider I've had before. Slightly different. A nice rich apple cider.
Do you think it enhance or goes against? Are you able to take a sweet bittersweet? Or would you remove? I guess you would add the flavor, so you would bittersweet.
You want to make it less sweet, I imagine.
Yeah, because I was noticing how sweet it was. I guess, yeah. Maybe a bitter apple.
And you can see that a little bit of happiness in his face. He seems to be forgetting about all his injuries, and it seems to be cleansing his soul. And it's like,
Oh, look,
so
at that tension.
Oh, this definitely jogs my memory. Whatever you put in this thing, you gotta let me know. And he taps another zip of it and says that, well, there is a weird raven living in the tower. I heard he's some sort of weird collector. I heard he seems to be buying weird items from adventurers, and although I never talked to him and seen it before, he seems to be talking with Mayor, apparently.
The tower on the other end of the island? The tall black one?
Yes, that one.
Okay.
It's pretty useful. We use it as a lighthouse and whatnot.
Alright. Who runs the shop?
Dala, of course. This is Dala's shop. You see their name on it, and he points at the big sign on the top that says a Strong Hearts shop. Not exactly Dala Strong Hearts, but Strong Hearts. You figure that it's probably her family name.
Got it. All right. When did you get here?
Well, I got here about 9 months ago. I was one of the early settlers.
And the tower was there when you got here.
Yeah, I heard that. God, the name of the NPC. God, the names. Yeah, I heard the Dreader got a contract with him. Thanks to him, natives don't bother us like any other settlements. I heard other settlements have a big problem with the lands with the natives around.
Oh, so the man in the tower is a native.
Well, as far as I heard, although not many people in the town have seen it. Even I haven't seen his face yet.
He doesn't come to trade, or he comes to trade with the adventurers? I guess they go to him, right?
I heard that Dreader brings supplements for him. But I never have seen him. Even when I tried, even hell. there's no door in front, and you gotta climb up like that tower to just get in. It's ridiculous.
Gotcha.
Some
What,
longer type.
what happened to you?
Don't mention it. It's a bad deal. Yeah, it was some Willy Wonka happening on this Legion. You see the sun, the bright sun there?
Oh, yes, I do.
It's always great when the gods watch over us. However, there's some times where the weather goes haywire. Last week it was pitch black sun. Have you ever seen it?
I haven't before. It
What?
sounds odd.
Yeah, it was.
I need a baptism.
I agree.
Baptize the sun.
Oh, no worries. I'm already baptized.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Yes, I bask in the greatness of the gods every day. Every
Oh.
time I go out for hunting.
You're a hunter.
Yes.
So am I.
Oh, you're a fellow hunter. Well met.
Aye.
And he puts his hands up. Well, sorry that we got off
Valen
the...
shakes his hand.
Sorry if we got off from the wrong feet. I was a little bit grumpy with this being situation that I'm in. My son being some... Yeah, don't mention him. Whatever.
Your son, Hunter.
Yeah.
I do a little bit of hunting myself, not for game though. Well, for the most dangerous game.
No, I mean, danger in his life, that's one thing that you gotta consider, but...
Oh, I hunt
know.
people.
Oh.
He's just
Sounds like
genuinely
a fine
surprised. And
profession.
it's like, well, that is a fine profession, yeah. I'm sure they have a use for you. I know that there is at least one person that needs to be hunted nowadays.
Who's that?
I'm not sure. They were talking about
Sorry about
some
that. Discord locks up for some
thief or
reason.
something. Well, regardless.
There you go.
There you go.
If you see me disconnect like that, it's because Discord locks up for some reason. I don't know why.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, the hunter just lies down relaxed, enjoying his bittersweet beer. And once he chugs all of them, he looks at it with a sad face and looks at you. Looks at Garrick once again with a sad face. Can you do an old man a bit more favor?
Sure. This time I don't even hide it. I just I take the glass, I go to the keg, I fill it with the same beer he's been drinking, and then this time I show that I like enchant it to flavor it the exact same flavor I did last time. Like that's pretty much how I've been doing it, and then I hand it back to him.
You gotta teach me how to do that one day. And he takes it and zips it. I was like, oh.
Right.
I say that you gain +1 loyalty to the towns of New Istro. I'll record that, and people will be more favorable towards you. And as you gain up a little bit more of it, many people will listen to you by default, and the level of the favor will change.
Okay, cool. I'll write that down.
See, being a prick is not going to serve me well here.
And there's 2 other injured people inside, right?
Yeah, there is 2 more injured people inside. And
Can I go in and look at them?
Yep. Would you like to inspect their wounds or something, or?
What are they doing? Are they just like laying on there? Like, are they like bedridden, kind of like
Most
taking a
of
turn for
them
the worst?
seems to be unconscious, and they seem to have much more horrible wounds afflicted. to them.
Okay.
You can see that there is a gash wounds that have been like mopped up, and you can see that there is a huge blood stain on top of their bandages.
Okay. Okay. I don't have any bandages, so never mind. Yeah, could I inspect their wounds? Like, do you think they're like maybe like infected or like?
Yep.
Okay. What should I roll?
Medicine.
Okay.
Yeah. Dang.
Give me a second. What if my browser decided to go,
Okay.
screw you, sir, and he's not giving me anything. What the hell?
I guess I turned to the tiefling and I sort of just told him like, so you hunt people?
If the price is right.
You currently hunting people right now? Is that why you're here?
I don't know. Are you on my list?
I hope not. I wouldn't imagine why.
Then don't ask.
Fair enough.
I appreciate standoffishness in people with strangers.
Are you two an outsider?
To me?
Was that me? Yes.
Yeah, to whoever
Can you
said
tell by the
I appreciate.
the facial tattoos and the? Yes.
I mean, it depends on what people call home. Anyone that doesn't follow suit is an outsider.
Then I'm an outsider.
I mean, we're all
As am I.
outsiders, aren't we?
Exactly.
And with just a moment, natural 20, you find that these wounds seems to be having some sort of a sore zones. However, you see some signs of weird rusts in them. Likely these wounds were quite old. However, most of them seems to be pound out, and they seem to be well treated.
Okay, so
Likely the people wouldn't have any like threatening in their lives and they would recover in time. However, likely they were in combat with some sort of group that were using old weaponry.
Valen kind of calls out over his shoulder. They might need to be baptized.
And from your experience as a cleric and your natural 20, you know that this type of weaponry that you see around, usually they're accompanied by undead soldiers.
ooh, okay.
And
Let me
you feel like this is exact resemblance of those people that you have seen in your past.
Okay. Because they're not awake, I will not baptize them, but I will keep it in mind for when they do.
Karak sees the cleric
But you'll
thinking
do it
about
to
baptizing
innocent
them?
children.
and I sort of lean back in my chair as like they can't consent.
Alright, as you were talking about the consentment and then the legality of baptism, you hear the cheery voice that are coming from the sides. A bright voice that you hear that is of Dala, that you have talked before, and a new voice, a little bit more depressing and quite silent. It's majorly listening and grumpy sounds. And like Dala is like, yeah, there's that man, and he's gonna come in 2 weeks, and we're gonna have a blast of a time. You're gonna join us, right? And you hear the reply is like, yep. Alright. Okay. And as Dala comes in, Dala greets you all with a smile again, and says that, well, everyone, this is our Mayor Dreader. And he just looks at all of you and say, hello.
I come out from inside and I eagerly bounce up to him and extend my hand and offer him a handshake and
Baptism.
He looks at your hands and, like, kind of slowly, he shakes your hand.
oh, it's nice to meet you, Mayor Dreader. It's wonderful to be here. I love what you've done with the place and all the
It's a
buildings.
shite hole.
Who said that? Wait.
Valen.
I look at the elf and I don't say anything, but
He looks at him too and nods his
And-
head, actually, and he looks back at you and says that,
I love this guy. The mayor is awesome. He's my hero.
far way to go is not enough.
I think you're being too hard on yourself. Even just being here is an amazing accomplishment, and
Not enough. People get hurt. It's not enough.
I think you've done great. And then I probably slink backwards away from him.
No, he like firmly closes your hand, and he's like
Oh.
brings you into the thing and says that we need. And likely you have a holy symbol on you, right?
Yeah, actually, my holy symbol is my gauntlet. It's like it has like on the palm, it has like my icon thing. You know how
Oh,
I
that's the
sent that?
hardest place to see, though. Ah,
Yeah.
sad.
Unless you're, baptism. You get a baptism. You get a baptism.
Now I think
Stamping people on the forehead.
I'm way more hesitant to like shake your hand now if you're doing it with that hand.
It's on my left hand, so
This is
my
like-
right hand is free.
He looks at you and says that, "Are you a priest?"
Something like that.
Stay in.
Don't be shy. Baptize him.
Uh,
Well, at least the elf has a good sense of humor.
You,
I
like,
walk up to the mayor as the halfie is speaking to him, and I say, "Has Malgos or Henry come through? Have you heard of them?"
he looks at you as he have no idea what you're talking about, and I say, "Who?"
Malgos Vixlari. Have you seen him?
How do they look?
He's an elf, pompous,
Oh. I've seen
Sort of.
Mouth right over there.
sort of nods back at the other elf, Valen. And I say, it looks kind of like that. A little bit more pompous. Talks about science and studies and...
Roll
Races.
persuasion.
Alright. Oh, poop. Alright.
Ooh,
He looks at you firmly and says, "No."
By the way. And I just
No, I love the mayor. He's so morose. Like, I hate this town and I hate all of you.
And the wife is nodding vigorously behind and thinking that this is all a mistake.
Do you really want to get back on the boat for another 2 months, though?
Yeah. It's like So I turn to the mayor and I like sort of point to the guys who are wounded, like the ones I gave the beer to, and I say, "So you guys, seems like you guys, I mean, well, I guess I don't know that they were in a fight. I'm like, that you guys having some trouble over there or something? Got a few wounded, I noticed."
He looks at the sun and he looks back at you and says that it's over. It's fine.
Well,
And Dala goes like, what he means is that our people fought bravely and they defended the town with all their heart.
Defended
they
it
did it
from what?
They did a fine job.
Oh, as we mentioned in the contract, this place is dangerous. Outside is filled with monsters, and time to time, even those walls are not good enough to protect us all. That's why we bring adventurers like you. And, well, let's just say that last time we got unexpected rising.
Where are they coming from and how much?
It's over for now, although there's more things to discuss about. Well, for the details of
Doesn't
that.
seem like the kind of problem you should leave on the back burner.
Mr. Mayor, I heard about the Black Sun. Did the undead happen to come around when that happened?
He doesn't even say anything, he just nods his head.
Okay.
Kind of looks at the tiefling and says, "I still vote for a baptism of the sun."
Dala looks at you and says that the sun
Thumbs
is
up.
weird in this area. It's not something that you would be aware. Well, we have some adventurers in the old time that have died in the town. and we had the
What?
graveyard, and they rose in from inside the wall.
Oh no, that's not good.
Where's the graveyard?
Well, I can show you
I
around.
think we should baptize the graveyard.
I think that is a wonderful idea, and
I was gonna
get my holy
investigate
water
for
out.
what you call it. I was gonna investigate for ill doings or necromancy or basically anyone messing with the graveyard.
Okay. Tala will bring you all of you, along with the mayor, to the out one wall outside. Although you notice the inner walls opening is much greater than the outer walls opening, and between the inner wall and outer wall, you see that there are some livestock out there, like living in there. And on one side, on the north side of the wall, you see that there is a tiny graveyard made. And most of them seems to be buried again, and some of them seems to be dug pretty recently, like very new dirt you see that is today. And
This is why we burn our dead.
Tala looks at you with surprise and is like, "That is probably the best idea."
I'm just saying. I know I'm a savage and all, but they don't get up.
I look at Dalla and I ask, what were they buried with?
Just with their coffins, wooden coffins. And for those who are doing the investigation, how you're doing it, and can you tell me what you're doing exactly?
I'm basically, since you said that this dirt is fresh, I look to see if there's any sort of, not talismans, but like transmutation things that were used, like either some sort of magical item or some sort of powder, crystal, anything that was like spread across the land to make these things rise up again. Any sort of foul play, more or less.
I'm looking for tracks
And
in the
Zippy?
dirt.
Oh, I guess I'm looking to see, is there anything of, like, any, like, grave markers or anything like that?
What do you mean by grave marker?
Like a headstone, are there, like, any, like, religious symbols or anything, or no?
Most of them do have a symbols, but however, most of the wooden symbols that have been marked on the grave are not one of the typical gods. You see that there's a lot of god of graves and whatnot that usually tend over the grave, and those are in here and there.
How do you roll against an ability? How do you roll against an ability on Roll20? I don't know.
Against an ability? What do you mean?
Yeah, I'm gonna roll against survival because I'm looking for tracks.
You just click
you
on it.
click on the thing that you want to roll, and for your case, roll nature, survival, and for you who are looking for
Foul play.
yep.
Oh, okay, I did the first one. That was 18.
Yeah, for looking for foul play, Karak, right?
Yeah.
Roll Arcana and Erid. What would you like to say anything more?
Oh my god.
Would you like to ask
My
me?
rolls are shit.
That happens.
I have like a +3.
I only have a +3 to survival. It's okay.
All right.
That's just for being an outlander.
Noticing everyone else is like investigating the area, I'm not too keen on magic, so I kind of just like walk around and just inspect the tomes, mostly just seeing if they're reading the names, seeing if there's interesting names or any like interesting like gods on the like tombstones representing them or something. Just general like peeking around, not really looking for any foul play, just kind of looking
I
around.
reach down and touch the dirt, and I look up because I rolled a 1, and I say, "There's people buried here."
What?
And then I dust off my
Brown
hands and get back up.
is busy looking for tracks. He's actually going all out. Like he picks up dirt and he looks at the wind. He's doing the whole like hunter thing. Like
Hunter thing. And yes, you do not find any relevant tracks that are in there. And while
right,
you guys
not people that are going to visit graves. Specifically, like where they walked out. Did they gather anywhere? Did they?
Yep. While you guys are all investigating, Tithala looks at Eled, that she was talking to currently, and says that, well, according to our sources, it's apparently one of the effects of the weather in nearby area. It just happens occasionally. It's a weird thing that happens in the new town.
You have random storms of risen dead.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
Have they?
I asked Ella, I'm like, were they
Can't say
buried
I've heard
with
things
their
that
equipment?
strange.
Were they naked?
You see that most of the bones that are found under there, if you were to dig the graves a little bit, are broken. And
No, I'm not exhuming anyone. I'm just asking.
We're going to baptize them. Baptize the shit out of them.
Yeah, I'm not exhuming. I'm just asking, like, because if they are gonna, my mentality behind this is, and Karok's saying this out loud, it's like, I fought man and beast before, and if something doesn't stay back down, it comes back with a vengeance. And if it has gear behind it, that's always an added problem. So I'm wondering if they came back with their gear, if they were buried in it.
yeah,
I vote for burning.
They came back with some of their old equipment, and hopefully next time we shouldn't make the same mistake. Well, this time we broke all their bones while we were burying, so shouldn't come be a problem now.
I vote for burning.
Well, you're welcome to burn them. However, they are already buried 12 feet under, so it'll be quite a bit of work to bring them all back up.
You'd be
The
surprised
sun-
what some people
The
would
sun
go to.
turns black and the dead walk. This is not the kind of problem that we should be having such a casual discussion about.
Yeah.
This is true.
Thala like kind of laughs and they say, "Well, if you think that's a problem, you should talk to Ayan about it."
Oh, the crazy religious person. Go hide my child and let's go talk to that guy.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I wish that things that he says is imagination.
Well, the gods are real.
She actually laughs loudly as you say that, and says that yeah, they're real. Well, he was saying that,
And it seems like they don't like this place in particular. So maybe the crazy religious person is onto something.
I look over towards the mayor to see what his reaction is. I'm gonna guess he's super nonplussed about it. It's like, ugh.
I don't care. I hate everyone.
His face is flat. You know, if you just have a like resting bitch face on a guy that is like about 60 years old, that's him. You go back.
I bet he has a really high like insight DC because of it.
He's a
Speaking
definition,
of-
yes. Poker face.
Speaking of, I go to the mayor and I kind of like question him. I'm like, and so you guys, I'm assuming you guys are assuming this is because of this sun thing. You didn't expect any person to be responsible for this at all. You'd be surprised some of the effort people will put into some of their crazy ideas.
He looks at
This is
you
why-
and says that one suspect.
And that would be
He reaches out to his pocket and he brings out one actually well-drawn wanted poster. In there, you see the
Wasn't
name.
hanging anywhere in the town.
Likely, if you were to be looking around just to find like what's
Okay.
on the walls, yes, but likely you'd be
Okay.
distracted as the should be like showing you out of the town.
Okay.
In there, you see the name. Olsen.
Olsen.
How do you spell that?
Like the twins.
Oh, Olsen.
Olsen. Like Wolfson. Got it.
Got it. A bounty hunter.
Yeah. I mean, I'm usually, I like to keep to myself. But
Ew, what?
I'd have no problem
I'm
dealing
okay
with
with
someone dealing with undead.
Yep. He shows it to you and puts it back into his pocket and says that talk to Raj. He got it.
What the guy look like on the poster, Olsen?
In the poster, he seems to have a huge cut marks on one of his cheek, and along with
Human guy?
guy. No, he is a tiefling.
Okay.
Oh.
I literally take the poster and pocket it.
Oh, from his putting in his pocket, but you would like to interrupt that? I'll say you would be welcome.
And this is the mayor doing this,
Is
right?
the mayor.
I just look at him and I say,
He was like, and give it to you.
Oh.
just take it and pocket it.
You're gonna use your weird little stick on him, hunt him down.
He's going to point.
Yeah, this is the
Going to
tiefling,
point the
and
stick.
the skin is not the red, but the purple.
The purple, okay.
Yeah, purple people.
And was there a name?
Yeah,
Olsen.
Olsen. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Does he have like a beard or like any like other
He
physical
seems to
features?
have the one, some of the eyebrows kind of burned off. However, there are not other noticeable things.
Horns
Okay.
forward, backwards, sideways.
Horns are forward.
That's how you know he's evil. Only good tieflings have him backwards.
That's right.
True.
They're pointing forward. He
I'm
has
just saying
nothing
that
but
I know yours
contempt
are
for
backwards.
mankind.
Backward, good. Forward, evil.
It'd only be worse if he had like a goatee. Then he's totally evil. Like hate fucking evil. All right.
He should look
Us,
completely like me, but with a goatee.
Oh, right. Just cause I want I when he's like explained it and showing the poster, I want to try and like I'm gonna question the mayor, so like and like how exactly do you suspect him? And I'm just sort of asking him like get questions to see if he really honestly thinks this person's responsible and he's not just putting the blame on him. So I'm gonna try and inside him depending on what he says.
He'll look at you in the eye for 3 seconds in silence. Just like that. And he says that... Talk to Raj.
I love the mayor.
He's
He's my
the man.
favorite NPC.
I'm not even gonna bother inciting that. All right.
Dala is like laughs at us saying, yes, Raj is dealing with most of the affairs between the towns and those people, and he believes that this Wolfson has stolen an artifact that belongs to the natives. And, well, the sun happened after that.
Who are the natives?
Well,
Anyone
the one
that was
is
here before
nearby-
us.
Well, there's a lot of natives nearby, but one that you can
Oh.
see that in the tower, there's a bird-looking guy living there, according to what I heard.
A
Bird.
bird-looking guy.
Although I never seen him myself. I saw his silhouette
you're-
flying in the air once, but
He lives in your town.
well, he's not exactly talkative fella.
So maybe
I
he
do
just
have-
doesn't come in very often, you know.
Mr.
I'm telling this
Mayor,
to you.
I'm going to require lodging for my family. I'm entirely okay with tracking down this Olsen person to be properly tried by your system of laws and whatever you have here.
I
I
take
just need
out
a place.
the poster and I point to the face and then the money, and I was like, "This is the law."
No.
This
no.
is how it
On
works.
top of that, there is a one more
I'm
sentence below.
entirely okay with that as a system, honestly.
And then I point, but like my finger is covering the alive part, and I'm like, "See, look, dead."
Can I like push his little hand a little bit away from the
From the dead part?
poster? Yeah. No,
I
from
just-
the
I
alive
just-
part.
You hear like a creak as my head turns towards you.
And I look, everybody.
I snatch the poster away, put it back in my coat.
If he's making the dead walk, I'm not interested in bringing him back alive.
I mean,
Unless he's a lich.
he's not the one.
He
doing
doesn't.
it.
What's a lich and no?
Well, assuming he is responsible, I could care less whether he's dead or alive, though.
Assuming he's responsible, he's summoning the dead, which is not good. So, if it's for the
I
best,
absolutely agree.
die.
We should
But if
baptize
he's
him.
not,
I look towards Elric and I say, "What do you think?" This one's crazy, pointing at the cleric. This one's an elf. No offense.
None taken. I'd rather be an elf than whatever you have going on.
And I say this other one's a happy as well. What do you think?
Fluffy.
Well, to be perfectly honest, dead seems easier than alive, but
Agreed.
Dead is certainly easier than alive if you can make the dead walk. I'm just
they said he stole
throwing
an
that out there.
artifact. It's possible that the dead are rising because the artifact was stolen. He might not be intentionally.
If the
raising
artifact
it
can
himself.
blacken out the sun, the artifact can blacken out the sun. This is not the kind of person. See, I'm not being an elf. He's a person who should not have a thing that blacks out the sun and causes the dead to walk.
You see,
And,
I agree.
And there's 300 gold, whether he's alive or not.
And then dead.
That's a good point.
Dead.
I started like reaching in my pouch and I'm like, yeah, I mean, we just got here. We could use the coin, that's for sure.
I agree. For one, I don't want my wife living in a boarding house with all of these. No offense, the people.
Nor
I
do
feel like
I.
you're being very correct right now in charted unlands, and I can appreciate it, but Elf, I know you, I know your type. It's okay. You can let go. Call them halfies. This one's a halfling.
Halfies.
You're a savage. It's all okay.
Dala like laughs and says like, well, if you call him Halfie, then how are you gonna call Halfling? And what
I'm
about
gonna
me?
call-
I'm a
I'm gonna
dwarfy
call him-
Halfie?
Short.
Yeah,
We're gonna
I
call
really
him-
think
him
that.
I look at Dala and I say half shortstop, and then I look at the halfling and I said small shortstop.
I'm
Small.
sure to stop.
Elric just laughs.
You're
at
very.
that.
He's like
He's very
35 pounds, and most of that is head. Look at him.
And Dala like points at the mayor's stern face and then is like, what do you call this?
Angry. Deeply, deeply angry.
And you can see that the mayor stares move into you for 5 seconds. And he just slowly walks away.
He's old, like me. I understand.
He's old
Actually,
and tired
also-
of this.
As he walks away, you notices that he's kind of lumping, like, just like ever so slightly.
Maybe you need to baptize his leg, Mr.
That's
Priest.
not how that works.
I don't know.
Well,
I don't worship your crazy
Yeah, you just
baby
rub
I'm
your
gonna-
dressing god.
your
I'm
children,
gonna
I
roll
guess.
perception to see if I can tell what it is just now without asking him.
That'd be
Or
medicine
what would it
check, I would say.
Medicine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Madison.
My medicine rolls are dookie.
oh my god.
2 1s in a row. You must be the most unlucky person.
And the 3 earlier days. He's
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you sure that's random?
I might just roll my physical dice.
Well, let's do 1 for now, but yes, next time.
Clearly, the mayor has not a limp. He's in the prime of his youth, and he's ready.
He has a third leg.
You know when a person,
He entirely.
you know when a person gets super excited in the one way or the other, like when you're looking at a beautiful thing that you want to like imagine more. You know that a man may walks in that way. And notices that he was staring at the elf, usually described as a beautiful person. Maybe you got that idea. Maybe he was affecting it that way.
I just sort of go,
I'm glad I didn't make that roll, because if he was looking at my wife, we'd have a problem. Die.
So, I guess we should figure out where we can leave our stuff and then go talk to this person who has more information.
Dala like nods her head and says, "Well, I'll show you to the boarding house, shall we?"
I assume you don't want to bring your child with us on this, so.
Yeah. She's staying there while we go track the guy with the sun blackening artifact. Clearly, that's a thing we should be paying attention to.
Dead. I just say dead.
I entirely approve of dead. I'm just letting you know I won't argue if he's dead.
She nods her head and is like, yeah, I don't think anyone should carry that type of artifact. I haven't seen his face too. He ran away right away though.
Oh, so he came, blackened the sun, raised the dead, and then ran away. Clearly, this is not the kind of person that should have that kind of artifact.
I imagine this guy running to the middle of town going, and then running out.
That's exactly what Valen was picturing in his mind. Like, I'm doing nefarious shit, and then running away.
What's he doing? Stop him!
And then they send these two poor fishermen after him, and they just get mauled.
But yes, you guys goes outside the town, and you're coming back in, and the boarding house that you guys were assigned are a little bit inside of on the upper sides of the cliff. You can see that the tower that you have known and seen that was very erected on top of the cliff is only like a few hundred feet away, and likely you should be able to get there pretty easily. However, the area in this area you do not see many things going around. There's like the town in general is relatively far away, and you know the well that is like placed in the center of most of the houses are quite a bit of distance.
Well, oh well.
Are there any lizards inside?
Are there what inside?
I said, are there any lizards inside?
Would you like to look at the well?
Sure.
Alright.
Nice good water in there.
Why don't you roll 1d20? Just flat 1d20.
Okay.
Goodness, there's bad things at the bottom of that well.
Oh no, it's gonna be the fish things. 14.
No, that was 14. As you are looking inside of the well, you feel like this well is reflecting the sun a little bit on the sides, but not exactly. And you see the face of yourself deep down onto the well, but it just seems like a regular well.
I actually kind of stared at it for a while because I haven't really looked at my face in like 2 months.
Okay. It is very unorganized, and you know that the
don't
hair
worry,
is not.
Don't
exactly
look like a half-breed.
I like reach to my face and everything, just sort of like touching it, just sort of feeling like, you know, make sure everything's in order.
Everything is in order, although you know that you feel that thing that is in your face.
Yeah.
However, it all feels very normal. Although you probably could use like a little bit of washing after all those salty waters, and likely all your skin tastes salty and whatnot.
In fact, in that moment, I realized that, and I'm gonna cast Prestidigitation to clean up my clothes a little bit.
Now, while he's looking down into the well, just as a bit of mischievous fun, I'm going to cast a minor illusion and make him think that 3 of his teeth fell out.
I have to roll a investigation against it, right? Or something like that.
However,
I don't know. You gotta read the spell description.
You need to think.
Yes, hang on, let me
it's intelligent.
spell real quick.
If you succeed, he might jump down the well to get his teeth.
I'll definitely be weirded out.
Awesome.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a saving throw for it. I think it's... Oh, wait, okay, here it is.
Rolls against players and whatnot.
Investigation against my spell DC.
Yeah, I let the receiving players to react in however he would like to use. I actually forgot about to mention that, didn't I? Did I do it?
You did.
Yeah.
You did.
So receiving player decides however that person would like to process. So if you would like to do an attack gesture, the receiving player decides whether it hits or not, or even do it with AC or not, and however he likes. So, what happens to you? What? He casts the illusion of 3 of your teeth falling out.
I'm gonna roll against his. Yeah,
if you want to process it that way, that's fine.
In fact, because now I'm thinking, I technically know about illusions, but yeah, no, I'm just gonna roll. I'm gonna roll it to you, the DM. Just.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's so tragic.
I'm like, I start reaching to my teeth. And I'm like, what the heck? Okay, so did you made it look like my teeth out or the reflection of my teeth? Like when I go to reach, well, I guess either way I'd feel it, and then I would realize it's fake, and I'm like, you see me like, what the hell? What the? And I look back at you guys like,
Are you okay, friend?
fine, you? Yeah, I'm fine.
What?
I'm fine.
You don't
Maybe.
seem
I think I'm just a little tired from this.
I think he needs a baptism.
Meanwhile, I'm just
No,
sitting there. with
No,
Andy.
no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I don't need
But-
any baptisms.
And
I'm-
your wife, Taceris, has a very unfortunate voice saying that we don't have time for this. Baby needs rest.
Right, okay, we're going in the thing. I'm going to say to her in Elvish, just give it a month. It'll be okay. I don't want to get back on the boat.
No, that is fine, my love. I support you in that. But I'm saying that that whatever that he's doing in that well, you should just hurry up.
All right,
in Elvish, she says it.
Oh, well,
In
then I hear that.
Elvish,
I
in
respond like,
Elvish
all
I
right,
say
all right.
that- Oh, good, you do actually speak the language of your people. Let's go to the house and, get the kid in there.
She nods and she'll be following Tala with it. Uncomfortably. And as you guys go closer to the boarding house, you see a few of the men seems to be still working on at least one man seems to be like looking in your house and seems to be checking on the walls and whatnot, and he seems to be like picking on the nails and see if everything is like put in correctly. But the house itself is pretty big, and you feel like if you jam in people, you should be able to jam in at least 20 people to sleep and live there.
So it's like a long house, basically.
Is there like a
Right, like a communal sleeping area, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Is there a
for-
desk or anything?
As you guys go inside, if you would like to, or from the outside that you can see from the windows, it seems undecorated, and inside seems to be plainly empty.
No furniture?
No furniture that you can see. Although, as you guys come along, the half-elf man turns around and looks at you guys, and he says, "Adventurers?"
Yes, sir.
Dang, this island is full of half-elves.
Oh,
Halfling? Wait, you said half elf or halfling?
half-elf.
Halfy? And I walk in.
Another one.
Sure.
Look at this.
Don't mind him.
All of the dishonor. So much. Just walks in past it. So much. I haven't seen so many disappointments in one place.
He looks those two who walked inside like with confusion, and he looks the rest of you who are still outside and says that, well, I'm a mess, the architect. I built this place for all of you. I thought I'd maybe get a little bit of thank you or anything,
Yeah,
but
I think it looks very cozy. It looks
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank him with the baptism!
I say it's
No.
all right.
Yeah. And
You know.
he says that, well, with the funding that we have got, we didn't have any time to furnish anything inside, so you would have to talk to the carpenter about it, about getting any other furniture or equipment being stored in there. But
So
Just
is it
having-
just like beds?
Just having a roof over my head is
not even
enough,
beds.
right?
Wow, so it's
appreciate
just
that.
a room.
It's a one
Luckily-
giant studio.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Wait, really?
My family is tribal, and we have bedrolls. So we're gonna put the kid down. I'm gonna
Yeah.
walk out to the only sensible person that Valen half enjoys in this party so far, and he's going to go to the tiefling and say, "We need to go find Raj, so I can get a bed."
Yeah. You go do that. I'll be
Okay.
in here polishing my thing. Not like that, but I will.
What
And-
You're
did
going to be
that,
polishing your stick. Okay.
One thing that I would like to recommend to you guys is that if you can, try not to try to separate the party because
Gotcha.
it
Gotcha.
just
Okay.
it just splits
Okay.
up the playtime for all of you. It's like if I split the party
Right.
in two, it's like 1.5 hour for you and 1.5 hour for you. So it's kind of hard to do it that way.
All right, let's go get some betting.
Yeah, I don't even have a bedroll, so we could definitely use some beds.
You came to a new land, and you didn't bring a bedroll.
I'm
I
not
would like
as rich as some of the others.
And also, you
Do
guys
I- do I-
are.
do I look rich?
Do you guys know where to go?
It would be towards the general store, right? We would go see Dallas or Dalla.
It's allies with you.
We gotta go see Dala and then Raj, because that's the guy you need to talk
Raj.
to about the guy. Yeah, the guy that you need to talk to about the bounty.
I didn't know you were gonna be like so many people in one day. Maybe few, but anyhow. That's how as you guys are walking, talking about the bed, and it's like, you need to talk to Harder about that. Let me bring you to there.
Okay.
And she brings you guys outside the outer wall again. And this time, outside, you can see that on the lower side, closer to the beach on one corner, you can see that there is quite a bit of woods cut down as logs, and they seem to be stacked up. And on one side, you see a very muscular man with a mustache. Seems to be like showing off his masculinity with like a jigsaws, and he's like doing all those what was it? Carpenter stuffs.
Oh,
On the
I know a
outside.
carpenter.
Wow. Yes. And
Is it Jesus?
Yeah.
Carpenter, Jesus. I'm honestly surprised it's not Jesus.
No, I mean.
Yeah. The Tala points at him and says that, well, he was harder. And the muscular man like shows off his sweat as he spreads it across the air as he looks at you, and says that, what can I do for you?
We need
Hello,
beds.
sir.
What race is he?
Reach.
He is a
And-
human.
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 Yeah,
I
human.
reach over and extend my hand to shake his hand.
Okay.
Be careful.
He cleans up his hands of like those wooden planks, those things, and he shakes your hand, and you can feel that he is a hard-working person. You can see
Mhm.
that his hands is entirely like hard.
Yeah, but calloused.
Yeah.
Okay. I shake his hand and I said, "It's very wonderful to meet you, sir. I think my compatriots here are all looking for beds."
Let me see if there is an actual price for beds in D&D.
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna ask him. Like, I just need a bedroll and a chest.
Bedroll
medium-sized
should be
chest.
a good. Oh. Okay.
No, I need a bed made because I got a baby child. At least one bed.
So 1 for baby and 5, 4, 6 for adults.
Mm-hmm. I have my wife and my child.
I don't need a bed.
I actually don't need one. I
Unbaptized
have a
child.
bedroll of my own.
Well, you sure you want to have a regular bedroll in your home?
I'm sure.
It'll do for now.
Okay.
I don't plan on staying here that long.
I like sleeping on the ground.
Dala looks at you with a sad face, and I was like, "You're not staying? I thought the town was you like the town and stuff."
It's not that I don't like the town. I'm a bounty hunter. I got bounties to hunt.
Well, still make yourself at home at least in here. Make it a new.
You want to pay for the bed? I'm asking Dalla this.
Dala like laughs at us like, "Well, why not? Well, hell yeah, I'll pay for you."
Wow.
I didn't even have to roll
You
persuasion.
are really desperate for people.
Yeah, you guys are.
She's actually
I know.
merchant
I know you're
retired.
smiling. You're smiling, but I can see your mayor, and inside he's dying.
Well, I know that. Well, I came here just for shits and giggles. I'm retired merchant. I don't care about money. I care about people. Living here, seeing more people, that's my joy.
That sounds wonderful, Deva. I love that.
You want to give me money to
sound like
protect
any
your people?
dwarf I've ever met.
Well, why not? Everyone needs a job, right?
Yeah.
And what did you say?
No, that doesn't sound like any dwarf I've ever met. I don't care about money. I care about people.
Yeah,
Have
I
you
used
met
to.
dwarfs, Mr. Elf?
Have?
No, he's right. Many of at least especially when I was young, I was all about money, and even when I was in the Green Jewels Company for a long time, I used to be one of the highest executive, piling in money and gold, and just all I knew was gold, 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 and profits.
Well,
numbers.
if we certainly can get hired to protect the town by staying in the town, I would prefer that over spending the little bit of money that I have.
Yes. I look at the dwarf and be like, yeah, that's a pretty good way to live. You know, sometimes money can blind you, and you can do some pretty stupid things. So
He nods his head. She nods his head and says that, well, yeah, I lost lots of good people. I was so
Oh
wrong.
no.
But regardless, this is all now that it matters. Well, how much is the bed anyway? And the carpenter harder says that 2 gold for each. For baby, I'll charge just 1.
What about a desk?
That shouldn't be too hard. 1 gold.
Okay. I want to order 1 bed and 1 desk.
Okay. I'll give you guys a sheet.
Mhm.
A handout.
Mhm.
House detail.
Yeah. Yeah, I need the two adult beds and 1 baby bed.
I turn to the elf. You don't sleep together with your wife?
Dun, dun, dun,
We don't sleep.
dun.
Oh. Yes, that's a good point. Then why do you need the beds?
You need a place to rest, especially when you have a child that can't hold up its head.
And Harder looks at you and says, yeah, incessant questions.
Actually, I have a curious question for you. Do baby fool elves need to sleep?
No.
That's,
Huh.
I'm sorry for you. And Harder
Oh, yeah.
pats you on the
Oh,
shoulder
okay.
with a very sad face, and it feels like his face is like those who have lost like thousands of kingdoms. This crushing soul. And I made a notes for you guys, a boarding house detail. All of you should have access to edit it for free. And if you can, write down the items that you would like to buy, along with the descriptions that you would like to be added, if you have any, and the gold cost that you have used to purchase it. For example, on my other campaign, I had a player who spent the $200 on the dining table. So I gave him a dining table that is decorated with jewels and golds and emeralds, and it feels like a king's throne on each of the chairs. Basically something like that. Also, if you have...
We'll build it up, but yeah, right now you just want a place, like, because I imagine even if you're sitting and trancing for 4 hours, you don't want to be sitting up if you can avoid it.
Mm-hmm.
That would hurt when you get up. like
Also, I would like you guys to be rewarded for your investments and whatnot on spending money on role-playing. So there is a system that I have in mind that I'm using in the other campaign that converts the money that you spend on a certain thing to give the bonus on skill checks with tool proficiencies and whatnot. So I'll be posting that after the session, and maybe if you would like, you can read it up and ask me questions. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll probably get a bed as well because I need somewhere to sleep.
Okay.
Yeah, you sleep.
Yeah.
The guy looks.
That's because you're not an elf.
Harder, how much would it be for a medium-sized chest that I could carry with one arm.
You're just gonna carry that around, are you?
I can make it for you, but are you sure? What is it for? Is it going to be damaged a lot?
That's for me to know. If a medium chest is too difficult, just a small, sturdy chest.
No, medium chest is fine. I just worry that maybe some of the woods may not be able to be handling whatever you're holding, but I should be able to make one. For that, I charge 5 silver.
All right, I will buy one of those then. Thank you.
Well, for your orders, I have to take some time, so by tomorrow I'll be delivering to. And he look at the Thala and say, "Boarding house, that place, right?" And Thala nods their heads as well, and he looks at you and says, "For that thing that you want to carry, just give me an hour. Maybe you should be able to pick up."
Thank you.
I pull out 2 gold that I give him for the bed.
Okay.
He
takes it and he puts it on his pocket on the sides.
Mistress Dala.
And Dala looks at you and says that, "Well, that's a quite formal name. What is it?"
I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be stabbed. I was wondering might find Raj, because Raj is apparently the person to ask about the sun turning black.
Yeah, he is the one who said that Wolfson guy had some troubles in other towns.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently he's a known thieves after I did some digging with myself as well. And
he's a thief and a grave robber.
Wait, Olson's the thief or Rogers?
Roger noticed that, according to her, Raj noticed that Wolfson is a thief on sight, and after after the Dala did some diggings on her own, she also found out from her source that Wolfson is a known thieves in the other towns.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So where is this Raj person?
Follow me. And she manly walks in front of the inner gates as well. And in the central well that you guys gather, there is the shop on the upper sides of the cliff, and on the 90 degrees turn from that towards the east, there is one pretty well polished house. That house seems to be much more decorative compared to the other ones around. The wood seems to be using multiple different type of woods, and even it has like a little flowers garden set up in the front.
There's care put into it.
Ooh, it's beautiful.
Yeah, you see a lot of different.
It's quite lovely.
And even the few of the trees that are growing, likely they are kind of feeble right now, but you can imagine after like 10 years they will be growing up to a magnificent tree in the front yard. And the Thala goes in front of the house and knocks on the front door. And soon you hear a voice from inside, very soothing voice, and it's like, "Hello? Who is it?" And Thala says like, "Yeah, it's me." And says like, "Oh, Zala," and as the door is open, you see a very baby-faced man inside, pretty with the smooth, silky skins and hands, and he walks out in the front and says that, "Oh, hello, you are new folks, adventurers, I assume."
I rush up to him, extend my hand, and eagerly greet the first man as well.
Also, you go good and it's like, "Oh, nice to meet you. I'm
It's
Raj."
very nice to meet you too, sir.
What race is Raj?
Raj is actually this one. I would like you to make perception check.
Ooh,
Will do.
I want to make one too.
Am I gonna roll
Alrighty.
another one? Oh my! What are my rolls?
I didn't mean to roll that in private, but
Uh,
Well, that's fine. That is a great
I have
roll.
rolled less
Kazi,
than 10.
His face is so fair and beautiful. You notice that some of the high elves are probably likely he's a high elves. Although with his hairs and one of the hat that he's wearing, you cannot see his ear. And Garrick, you notices that this guy is a human, very fair one. You notice that
I sneer
some
at
of
him.
even the highest nobles who haven't seen the sun for most of his days are like that. Likely he's carrying a lot for his skin, or maybe genetics. And for Eret, you notice
Beautiful man.
this man is quite hard to distinguish from elves and humans, but you feel like he is likely a human, noticing from the colors of his eyes and the way that he walks and talks. And you don't see any cultural differences, and you're pretty confident that he's just a human.
Right. It's just the body type too. Like elves are skinnier than humans are.
He
Like
is skinny though.
oh, okay,
Ah.
okay.
Are his ears pointed?
He's wearing a hat.
You can't see it.
He's
Yeah.
wearing
Oh,
a
yeah,
huge hat that seems to be blocking up the sun, at least the sunlight
okay.
that is coming to his face.
I walk up to him, grimace, just grunt, take out the deed and point to it.
Oh, and you're coming for that reason. Oh, come on in.
I'll stay out here, my fear.
Are you sure? I have a jasmine tea.
I don't care.
I'm walking
I,
in.
I'm coming in. Yeah.
You sure you don't want to come in? And he's like
I
ever so slightly.
suppose
going.
apparently
You won't get paid if you don't
Because-
come in.
And Dala
My
pushes you in
companion.
and is like, "What is a man doing out here? Get in there and have some show some dignity to the horse, you know."
I begrudgingly stomp in.
my companions love tea, and he's just gonna walk in last, like shaking his head, like, "Can we just get money?"
The Raj sees you all to the desk, and desk has like a nice silk laced over it, and each of the wooden tables and sits even seems to be like quite finely sharp and made. And he brings out the very nice looking teapot, like just a pure white with the glass that is not unlike those very rough cups that was being used in the shop. Something you find, something you see in like the noble houses in the major islands. And he comes and brings with a very nice, gorgeous teapot, and he drips you down, each of you, a very nice smell jasmine tea.
This is wonderful. I haven't had something this sweet tasting in 2 months. I'm so used
I
to-
know. And he goes and gives you a slight hug and says,
Oh, I return.
Oh, we're hugging. This is lovely.
I'm just staring at
And
him,
we've
grimace on my face.
he says that he's so rough to cross that ocean just to get here.
I agree. It was a test of faith to get here.
Oh, I'm fine. 300 gold. Where do you find the guy?
I take out the deed again and point at it.
He looks at the paper and sits down just very gorgeously without answering your question immediately. And he relaxes and sips on a tea with a very satisfied face and says that I believe he ran away to a nearby lake. It's quite dangerous to be known though. And before the mans were able to chase him, those stats start to rise. And he couldn't chase him any after.
Understand.
I logically have no reason to doubt him, but because I hate uppity elves,
Yes.
I'm gonna insight.
Yes, roll inside.
That's right. You think he's an elf?
That roll was more than my
Give
last.
some roll. It's fine. Okay. You can clearly tell that he is being very honest about where he has seen him and the direction that he ran away. Although you feel like all the bright lips and smile, you do like it.
Oh God, no.
Likely
Oh God,
this
no.
guy's a dirty liar, and what the fuck? Like, you feel like this guy's a dirty liar.
The tea that he set down in front of me, I haven't even looked at it.
Dala,
I
get your
I
heads.
finished mine.
Yeah.
I finished my tea, and I look over at his, and I'm like, I point at it. And I'm like, are you gonna finish?
I don't
that?"
respond. I'm keeping my eyes locked on this guy.
Dala, give you the big, slap on your head, and it's like, let's show some respect to the host, you know. This
I'm gonna
tea,
ignore that.
You
and
know
just
how
keep
much
my
it
eyes-
costs to get a tea in this new land?
All I hear around me is wah 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 of Dala speaking to me. I just have my eyes set on this person that I think is a high elf.
Okay. The Raj looks at you sadly and says that, well, the forest that you ran away is known to have some beasts around it. Although, I don't know it'd be too dangerous or not. There are some rumors about that place.
I'm fine with danger. How far is the lake?
It should take 3 days to get there by land, by
Ooh.
legs.
Oh, that's a trick. Dad!
You-
I'm looking at the team. Dad! He's
I'm
coming
still,
back,
I'm
Dad.
still looking at the guy. I heard dead, but I take out the big point at it.
Dad! He's coming back, Dad.
Well, likely you should prepare some rations to get in there. And maybe some water as well. I know that that area is hard to find a good drinking water, I heard.
I have water skins, and there's a well.
I don't know. That well's a little weird. I wouldn't drink out of it. The teeth might fall out.
What? What?
The
That's all I say. Just like,
the Raj has a severe
What?
concern about it. It's like, what? Do you think the whale has something wrong going on? This is major concern.
That's a
No,
good
no.
question.
no, it was supposed to be a joke. Don't worry. I'm sure the water's fine.
It's
No, but if it could be that he poisoned the well or something. That makes sense. Why
the
he visited
sun
the town.
turns black, and you're worried about the water, and I hate this fucking town.
Who knows that you didn't poison the well and that you are just blaming it on this person?
Dala, I think you're not wrong. I think it could be the water. Or anything, really.
So those skeletons.
Why
that
are
fought
you
off-
so agreeable? Stop being so nice! Why are you always smiling? It's disconcerting. Frown, please. Just once.
Hello?
And the
look over to
dwarf
the
goes
elf.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I look over to the elf and I'm like, yeah, I don't trust him. but not for the reasons that he
Everyone
said.
is smiling. Everyone is happy, but the sun turns black, and apparently the well is poisoned. That's fine. It's welcome to our town. Everything's great. Please stay here where the dead walk.
Dala looks at you pretty upset and says that, "Oi, you say that, but you wish that all the townsfolk just have have a face like a mayor all day walking around. That's why we have a beard and a good
I
time."
would have a face if I lived in a town where the sun turns black and the dead walk. I would have considerably less reasons to smile than you.
Shake her
Considerably
head.
less
and-
face.
These elves. I am so happy that you're at least half elves.
That is probably the first time I've ever heard someone say that phrase. Thank you.
And
You
You have to be welcome somewhere. Apparently, they can't be picky here.
the
Well,
Raj.
yeah.
So real quick, I want to ask Raj. We heard that this man stole an artifact from the natives. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, many of the natives came in to help as the dead were rising in the town. And apparently, when it was busy, when defending our town, their thing was stolen. And according to some of their mans, they saw that some of the humans have stolen. And some of the islander. Scrap the human. They said that they saw someone alien looking stealing the thing, and we saw him showing up in our town.
So you never actually saw him with the artifact?
I think for that you should better talk to the natives. I can mark their maps.
Can't we just track a guy?
That would be good. In fact, could anyone supply us with a map of the nearby area, if possible?
We don't have any cartographers in our town yet. And Natala's like, yeah, that's adventure stuffs. Yeah.
I'm gonna make note that he said alien looking and like keep that in my mind, considering I am a tiefling as well.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of like grimacing even more at him now.
Okay. She pulls out something and says that writes on the rough area, and she points the dot and the town and the tower, and then she makes a direct line, and she draws some of a clip that is on the both sides, forming a belly, and she wrote down the Black Belly. And points a dot at there, and it says, so that's the place that those Lapidan folks lives. And he points a little bit down to the south, and he points to another dot. Draws a little lake on the sides, and it's a silver lake.
That's a fine map, sir.
It is a very simple map, and it's a well,
I'm complimenting his map. You missed your calling. You should be the town cartographer.
Well, I know that it takes around 3 days, according to Ahan, to get to Silver Lake. But Black Valley on legs, I believe it takes like a week.
So the lake is farther. No,
it's
the
like
valley is
Think
farther.
of like a triangle shape, and it takes 3 days.
So we have to go. We have to talk to the natives. Then we have to go to the lake, and the entire time we're going to be walking through untamed wilderness, surrounded by monsters.
Yeah, that's why it takes longer to get to the Black Valley. Usually we take the safe routes.
I mean, what did you expect coming here?
Could you make sure that the map includes these safer routes? I am rather fond of all of my limbs.
It's not that easy to mark all the routes on the map. It's not that we remember all the exact details of it. Aside of the saying, it's not like you know every single route from the map, right? You know it from the experience and through trying it.
It's a super rough map, yeah.
It's a super rough map, and if you are a cartographer, then you should be able to roll and to record down the routes that you have gotten, and maybe optimize.
Not a cartographer.
I love tool proficiencies in my game, by the way. So if you have any tool proficiencies, they will come in handy, very handy, at one point or the other.
Thieves' tools.
Yeah, will also always come in handy.
I would almost
I've got a
argue
disguise
that
kit.
being a bounty hunter, you would have to, like, on the other version that I saw, this is the Eberron one that I'm running off of, a bounty hunter basically needs to know the ins and outs of a route. So, like, on the way there, or when we do go to Black Valley and then Lake, I'll be making mental notes of like landmarks and stuff like that, because a bounty hunter needs to basically have edict memory. So,
and also, if you're going there,
it's the same for Val. He's kind of a tracker by design. He's used to wandering in the woods. He can figure out where to go.
Basically,
likely I would ask you to roll navigation checks on the way, which is based on survival. So that will actually change the duration that you need to go to one place time to time. Sometimes you get lost and take longer if you've never been.
It's like optimizing.
But-
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I dig
I've
it.
never had a DM do that. That's interesting.
it's an
I dig it.
exploration.
That's very cool.
On the side, as we
Yeah,
noticed,
it's
we have
very
spent
cool.
2.5 hours talking. Actually, 2 hours because we started like 30 minutes late. But we spent 2
Right,
hours
we should
talking.
go
about-
kill some.
Yeah, let's go and kill something. Ah.
Yeah, let's go find some ravaging birds or something.
Kill something.
Let's find something that I can viciously insult to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll learn you.
And yeah, he gives you the map and says that stands up from the place, and he nods. He puts the hands out to our cleric, Bandar, and then shakes his hands. If you will.
You're not gonna
Says,
you're not gonna hug again, are you?
You're always welcome here. Feel free to
Oh.
come anytime.
That is so sweet. And I lean in for a hug.
And he hugs it again with like a warm smile on his face.
That was very sweet.
Valen like audibly groans. Like you hit him in the gut. Like oh.
And Dalek stands up and is like, yeah, enough of that elf stuff. Well, that's about the gist of the town. You should. There are bits and pieces in the town here and there. That more people and more houses, but I'm sure you don't need to meet all of them today. Probably someday at one point. Well, unless you have
Time to
anything.
go hunt your problem.
Yeah. In the meantime, if you want
The
to buy
great
like
thing about that
provisions.
is
Yeah,
Yes.
provisions.
Yeah, come
You
to my
kill us,
shop
kid.
and get you stocked. That's how we make money. So, yeah, give me money.
I guess we're all going to the shop now.
right.
I walk out of the house of the pretty man and just keep eyes straight on him. Walk straight out.
Bump into things because you're not looking.
Oh
You're
yeah,
just
no,
bumping into
like,
everything.
straight up. Like
he's like the smiling and giving all of you hands as all of you guys are looking at, but also like most of you are turned and just you're looking at it, and he's like looking at you like kind of like a squinting eye giving you.
yeah,
and
I'm
close-
just
Okay,
looking
I-
still straight at him.
What is the tiefling's name? I need to remember names now.
Which
Karak.
tiefling? Oh,
Or
Look at Karak as he's like walking out backwards and eyeballing the guy. I know he's attractive, but you can turn your head.
Yeah, he's quite. He looks like almost like an elf. He's pretty elven looking for a human.
damn elves.
That's
Well, he's
not
not
an
an
elf.
And then I look at Valen and I say, no offense, you're all right.
That's none taken, but that's not an elf.
Yeah, it's not an elf.
What?
I said it expecting you to react when I first said it. I was like, yeah, he was.
No.
Not an
that's-
elf. My eyes
No.
deceive me.
You can tell because his eyes aren't big enough,
Yeah.
nor is he thin enough.
Alright, when you guys arrive to the center of the town for the shop, add 2 goals on each of your inventory. And since like I think you guys want to kill some stuff, so if you want to cut the role playing out from this point, you can use the gold that you have to buy any provisions that you would like, rations, water.
Buy
do you
2
know
weeks
that
of rations
you
and
need,
fill my water skins.
Do you know that the one water skin contains like half a gallon, I believe?
Yeah.
But you need to
Yeah, it's
spend
like-
1 gallon
yeah.
per day, so you may want to buy more water skin.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy 2 more.
Yeah, and on the way you should
Oh
be
wait,
able
you
to
said
use
it's a
your.
week.
It's 3 days. To
We should
get
be able
the
to
lake
find
and
water.
3 days to come. But yes,
Right,
you
right,
should
right.
be able to. What was this? Scavenge. You should be able to scavenge.
I
on
have
the way.
survived. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Although if you
I'll just buy 2 more
fail,
water
and it may be a little bit troubling, but
Okay.
Is
I
there
will
so,
take the kind of rangery role here since I'm the only person proficient in survival, I think.
there's a
And
bounty hunter. You two are pretty good.
are you
yeah,
proficient
I'm
in survival?
proficient in survival as well, but that's
Okay,
good.
good deal.
Yep. If you guys want,
deal.
instead of taking one of your rolls, I could take average of your rolls, like more stabilizing the result.
Or
If you
I
like
could
that.
just aid. Or he could aid me because I have
Yeah.
a 3 different
You got higher,
proficiency
so
bonus.
I'll help you out.
Yeah. So I'll just take a couple extra water skins and 2 weeks of rations.
All right. Add the
I'll mark
required
it down.
items in your inventory and whatnot. And if
Yeah.
you... Oh. And you guys set up the journey to the...
Is Dalla technically one of the Black Oak traders?
Dala is the member of Black Owl's company.
Oh, Black Owl, sorry.
Black Owl's company, and then she had like a Black Owl's company thingy on
Insignia
her
or
title.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I roll the... Let me see what my ammo says. Roll the 1d10. Yeah,
Yep,
to find
you
out
would like
how
to
much.
buy ammo from her, yes. And
Yeah.
imagine like she would be talking about like a special ammo or whatnot, blah blah blah. Should be getting a shipment.
You said
Sorry, what was that? Special ammo was what?
Should be like I mean we're skipping the RP part, so yes.
Yeah. Okay.
you said we need a gallon of water per day.
Yes. However, you should be able to scavenge every day, which should get you more than a gallon.
Roll
I
the 10.
believe you get like a 1d6 plus wisdom modifier amount, so they should be able to get like 5 water or 6 water per day, which should be no problem for all of you. Although, if he rolls bad, you may need to get some more backup water. That's why the containers are good.
How much is a water skin?
For all your
Okay.
regular needs, do look at the player's handbook. I don't have all the prices in my hand. although
Gotcha.
I
2 silver pieces for a water skin.
Yeah, it's 2 silver. It's 2 silver. I just bought.
We would need
two of them.
2 skins just for one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need 2 skins per day.
No, for saving for a day. But if you would just like to have a water skin and just like to go to the water source and drink it because you scavenge that much, that's fine. Because that's from the nature scavenging check. So,
All right, survival. Yeah.
yes. And where would you like to go if you are done preparing for the journey? And
You're
are you
heading
sure you are
toward-
confident that you got enough information to get to reach the destination?
Yeah, I mean, we got our rough map.
That's as much as we'll
And-
get out of these hicks. So yeah.
Yeah, like I know how to walk south through the woods, and I imagine Karak does too. So we're gonna.
Although,
I guess we gotta head to the valley first because we have to talk to the natives about their missing sun darkening artifact.
Okay. Black Bell will take a longer, at least in the map. Maybe you'll find a quicker route. You guys as a okay. Why don't you guys talk as a group and tell me the destination?
Well, should we first of all, I mean, I guess we don't really have to do it, but sort of R2I, should we take a day of rest first since we just got off a ship?
That wouldn't be a bad idea. Start early in the morning.
We can leave. We can leave in the morning. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
like early in the morning.
Yep.
Just
I'll
like
have
'cause
my
I just
chest.
figure it'd be
I'll
weird,
have my
like,
chest by then. Yeah.
All right.
and I guess I should buy a bedroll. I mean, yeah, I should buy a bedroll now that we're going out.
Mark
on
it
land.
down. Mark it down. Let's go kill some stuff.
All right.
Oh yeah. If you guys haven't realized, the chest bounty hunter, it's for body parts.
Mm. Oh, head.
Yeah.
Valen figured that out.
Yeah.
I me as
notice
a
I didn't
DM
say.
never figured it out.
Yeah. Notice I didn't say a small chest because you can't put limbs, fingers. If it's a medium chest, you could lash it behind your back and put a torso.
Nice.
I have a
For
tarp.
the tomorrow, we'll be just fast forwarding for tomorrow. Although if there's
Yes, we're gonna leave in the morning.
Yep. Although I do enjoy the RP and whatnot. Add 2 more goals in the morning, and your beds and whatnot
Outstanding.
will be arriving to your houses as well. And seeing that your wife and
They give us
child
2 gold
is-
just to stay here. This is good.
Yep, it's one of the mechanics to keep you
Mhm.
in the town. Although you may switch the town and maybe they give you more gold.
That's a.
Just take the house.
But yes, your wife and children seems to be pretty happy with the state that they got with a little bit of
Okay.
gold. Although they don't seem to be exactly happy about getting the money from the dirty dwarf woman. But yes.
That's fine. We are fine. Everything is lovely. In fact, we met a lovely man who we hugged a lot.
Yeah.
I have a designated hugger now. Then now we're gonna go. I'm gonna leave my money with my wife so she can buy stuff in town.
Oh,
Need it.
Okay.
sort of a just quick question, general. You said that the house was just one big room, or did we have our own individual rooms?
One big room. If you
It's a
like
studio
to
apartment.
invest
Yeah.
a little bit more money to get the individual rooms, then that would be, you can do so.
Okay, because I definitely like my privacy.
Although, the personally, one thing that I would like to tell you is that if you were to roleplay a little bit, you find out that those other two injured people were the builders of the town that were defending,
Aw.
so that they will need some time to recover for them to get started on the wall construction. But we're skipping that part.
Right.
Excellent. Thank you,
Cares
voice of
about
God.
lore? Who skips our law?
You
I
got
thought they were still unconscious.
They'll
Also wanna
still
talk
be
to them.
injured when we get back, if we get back.
Yeah, once you guys
Yeah.
get back, they should be ready to go on expanding the houses and whatnot. You
We got
are...
it clear. There's no particle coming.
Oh,
So
wait,
you
do
are-
I have mending? I don't know if I took mending.
Yeah, check your spells. Do you
Yeah.
guys as
You
a,
took-
so
I did
you guys
not.
as a
Did
group
you
take
would
Spare
like
the Dying?
to-
Yeah.
What was that?
I don't
you
have
guys-
mending, but I took Spare of the Dying.
Good.
Oh.
I'm good. I'm good with that.
Both of them are very helpful. So, so
Mhm.
you guys as a group would like to travel to the Black Valley.
The Black Valley. Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna use survival, getting aid to try to find quick routes, safe routes through
I'm
these
gonna
woods.
help him.
Give
Yeah.
me the marching
Yes.
order that you guys are going.
Oh
to.
yeah.
Oh, and I'm
Here's the
using
two.
stealth.
In fact, that might be a good point. I imagine as we're going, Garrick would mention like, so since we're gonna most likely be getting in trouble, which of like who's a front and who's a range type? I don't know if you're gonna hit someone with that stick you have there. He's talking to the tiefling or something.
I'll be sticking in the back and helping route us the right way.
Okay.
All right.
And I would imagine the
Yeah.
person who are navigating would be in the front.
Right.
yeah.
Garrett or Valen doesn't mind leading, but he's leading in stealth. Like he's not making noise. He's
Stealth,
on it.
if you want to be stealth as a group, you would half your marching speed. Are you sure about that?
oh.
It'll
we don't
give
have
you
the
much more
prevention for that.
advantage on the. It'll give you much better advantage on like fighting off the enemies. However, likely you spot them before they spot you.
Yeah, I don't mind going at half speed.
It's also daytime.
I don't mind going at half speed through like unfamiliar wildlands. I don't know.
I mean, it's a week's travel. That makes it 2 weeks if you go.
2
half
weeks.
speed.
That's true. I'm just gonna go at full speed and make
Yeah.
my stealth survival roll. I can stealth in combat, so that's
Are we
fine.
marching single file or how's the
For now, let's go with single file. Unless you guys want to spice it up with something. You guys want to spice it up?
There should be like a.
Let me get the DM's
I don't know.
as well.
I was gonna
Yeah,
I
let's
was
use our
gonna
token.
A second.
yeah.
I'm gonna move my token to where I want to be. That's
Same.
what I'm gonna.
I imagine you two are gonna have to be in the front, regardless.
Yeah, we are
I'm
gonna
gonna
have to
go
be
there.
Alright, what's natural front?
If you want to have any specific order, write them down on the either Roll20 chat or the Discord chat. Either way, I do not mind. And whoever is leading, with advantage because I know that the other person is assisting, roll
Yeah.
survival check for navigation.
Right.
I
I'm
don't
on
care
that.
where I am.
And oh, by the way, those who are not participating in the navigation can roll foraging. I would say one person should be able to roll foraging. One of three of you, if you would like to forage, then roll foraging. Unless that's what you guys want to do. Discuss about what you exactly want to do and figure it out.
I got an 18 on my advantage survival roll.
All
I
right.
was gonna say for his survival roll, I'm gonna throw one of my bardic inspiration dies at him so he can add an additional
Even need it.
D6 on top
Yeah, I
of
don't
that.
even.
And then
I
I
don't
rolled a
18's
10,
Good.
helping it so it'll be a +1.
Nice. So, why don't you roll that inspiration die? And what was the plus on top
I
of it?
don't.
So
It's
like
a D.
Yeah.
What is the bardic inspiration? A D4?
Bardic inspiration's a D6.
D6. Awesome.
So, is this how you guys do, like, assisting with the same role? So if I'm helping him as long as they get a 10 or higher.
I thought that aiding another was you get an advantage, so you
get
roll
an
twice.
advantage when you. Yeah, you give the person advantage by using a help.
So I don't roll, right?
You do not roll.
Right, you don't
advantage.
roll.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's why I gave you an option
You
of you to roll and getting an average.
Yeah.
So I got
4E. Yeah, back in 4E, you had to roll 10 or higher to give them advantage.
I got a math 20, so not a natural 20. I got 20 then with the inspiration.
Wait, what? So
I got
12 and...
a math 20. I got 18 and 2 with the bardic inspiration, so it's 20.
Oh, 10 was Kazi.
Yeah, that's that. I thought that was.
No, but
That's not-
you roll 14 though.
I rolled with advantage though, so I take the higher one.
Yes, so either 5 or 14, which is 14.
I didn't roll. I rolled it for my second roll. I rolled an 18 or a 19, so I got a 20.
Generally,
I
the
rolled twice.
advantage we take the. Well, if you roll advantage, it's either you see that 5 and 14, right?
Uh-huh.
Usually for advantage, you take the higher one on either of them. But as I mentioned, you didn't know, so we'll just go with that.
I didn't know
it's
that.
fine.
Okay.
We will take 19.
I didn't know it rolls it twice.
Yeah.
I didn't
it's
know
fine.
it rolled it twice.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll take
It's set up
19.
so.
It's you didn't know. It's fine.
Okay.
But next
right
time
on.
when you
I
have
didn't
advantage,
know.
you can only know. You can only.
Right on.
roll one.
I didn't know. I
With
want
19, you did an amazing success, and you were able
actually,
to.
yeah, it's 21.
You were able to find a faster area. So yes, 21. You were able to find a faster route than most of people find. You've noticed that it's an unused route, and after smuggling some in and out, you managed to shorten the distance by half, effectively traversing a 2-day distance. Now you have
For the black.
Yeah.
For the Black Valley.
Yes. By the way, in D&D, in regular, a week is a 10-day by default, but shouldn't be a problem for you.
All right. While we were marching, I sort of asked the party. It's like, who has parchment and paper? I look towards the cleric because usually they're writing some sort of fan fiction down.
I do, actually.
I would like to map this area while we go through it. Maybe
Yeah,
get some.
because I found a really shortcut. Like,
Yeah.
it's,
He's got to focus on leading. I got to focus on mapping the area in case we come back.
It's for the good of everybody, and so I hand you.
I say that I say this time is fine. This permanent, this 21 will be marked if you roll the map. If you write down on the map, this will be like, this roll will be locked in on the higher roll. However, for the next time, if you want to do that, you'd be rolling navigation on the way as you
On the way, okay.
on the way
Gotcha.
as you're doing it. So he'll be rolling navigation, and you'll be doing cartographic.
So
but yeah,
what would
this time is
cartography
fine.
be?
Cartography tool, actually.
Oh, okay. I gotta
which is-
buy that then.
You
gonna buy those tools. Yeah.
gotta buy those tools, but however, you can still do stuff without the tools. So I say that roll investigation, survival sounds right. Yep, roll survival.
Yeah.
Oof.
Dude, I'm rolling so bad.
It's a lot of scribbly map. It's like you're not used to it yet.
The papers
It
are
looks like-
bad, and
It
you
looks as
feel
good
like
as the other guys, man.
you feel like you're doing a pretty good job, but you as soon as you arrive to the area and you look at your finished product, this is super confusing. You don't even know what you're talking about, and you step like 30 minutes backward and try to look at the map and try to find yourself. The way is entirely unrecognizable, and I was like, oh, this is the range, the distance in the map is like off. So some area you thought was small because you were walking is longer than you thought, and it was like whole different level of shenanigans that is happening in this paper.
I just look at my horrendous mess and I'm like, I'm sorry, and I hand the pen and paper back to the cleric.
I look at it, and I'm okay. This is fine.
This is fine.
I'm disappointed in myself.
You tried your best.
We need a this is fine dog. And you spend 1 day traversing the 2 days worth of distance, And on the night has come. Would you like to take a long rest here, or would you like to proceed on?
I think I don't want to get fatigued, so we definitely need to.
Rest.
All right.
I will take first watch since I only require 4 hours of rest.
I'll take second.
All right. Who would like to take third?
I will take
The 4
third.
watches.
Yeah, I'll take third. And so, can you describe what's around us right now in the area that we've chosen to?
This is the dusty forest, and there are quite a bushes around, and you are setting up in the middle of basically nowhere forest. Most of the terrains around is a difficult terrain, as the bushes are covering up on most of the places. Some bushes are so dense so you can't even get through.
Gotcha.
And there are trees all above you, almost making it harder to see the beautiful sun out there.
Is there a path that is less difficult? Like basically what's the easiest path to go through from this clearing that we're in? Or not this clearing, but this
Likely,
area that we're in.
you would be walking around, cutting out the bushes. You know those jungle movies where they have like a knife and
Yeah.
making a way? Likely
From-
it is that way.
From the way we came in, from where we cleared, I like to set up my hunting trap.
Oh. Are you telling
I'm
us
gonna
about that by chance?
Yes.
I am gonna set a trap, but since he's setting one on the camp, I'm setting one to actually trap like an animal for breakfast.
Alrighty. I would say that yep, you set it up. We will discuss about what will actually happen about the animal. We'll roll luck and see what animal get caught, and yeah. For
Hey.
you, I believe.
I'm useful.
Yeah. What kinds of trap are you setting in? Bear trap or?
It's
Hunting trap.
basically it's a leg trap. It will snap the tendon
Gotcha.
of whatever steps in it. It's a bear trap.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bear trap.
I believe there was a exact mechanic for it written in the player's handbook.
let me pull that
I wish I can find the description. Yeah, hunting trip.
I'm not hoping for a bear.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for a rabbit.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a hunting trap.
DC 13 dex save, 1d4 piercing damage, stops moving. And movements is limited, and needs a DC 13 strength to free it.
A bunny ain't gonna have that kind of strength.
Yeah, it's basically it will make enough noise so that we'll hear it and maim it.
Right. Yeah.
So that I can
is
bang, bang.
clever. Yep. And so
I was actually gonna do that exact thing that you did. So I'll just set one for breakfast, and that'll be fine.
already.
Oh, mine's not for for game. It's to stop anyone that
Yep.
wants to get curious.
No, yeah,
For
mine's for game.
For your references, first person who is taking a watch, roll d20.
All right. Just a D20.
Yep.
Okay.
And
17.
17 is good. Second person who's taking the watch, roll d20.
Okay. D20.
Oh.
Way to go, half-breed. You fell asleep on watch.
You sleepwalked into
when
the trap.
the DM is slow capping, I know I did well. I did well.
Hey, the best
just
part
gonna-
of D&D are
I-
critical failures.
I guess I'm distracted
If you
with
make-
looking at my
If you
sword
make
and
the
polishing it.
DM clap, it's wrong.
You see.
Oh no.
Oh, I mean. Well, you don't see exactly. Also, you're. What are you doing in your watch? Can you describe it?
Yeah, I everyone else is like asleep or meditating, so I pull out my my jagged black sword, and I'm kind of just like holding it and like sort of like I guess cleaning it a little bit and just keeping watch a little bit. But I imagine with the one, I'm not sure what happened, but I got distracted just really like staring at my sword, sort of like concentrating on it.
And I would
I
imagine
hate
you
when
guys
I'm
have.
polishing my sword and I get distracted.
And
There's
I
a
would
reason.
imagine you guys have like what was it? The what was the name of it? Campfire setup, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I got survival. I mean, going.
Yeah.
Alrighty, give me a second.
Oh boy.
That's generally a way to keep wild animals away, but you know, zombies.
On the
I'm not-
right, you hear a loud cling noise on the sides. Although it sounds like it actually hit nothing. You feel like this is sounds where a bear trap triggers and maybe animal has escaped it before it actually has clasped with a rapid speed, or something must have happened. However, you definitely hear
That's
shock
really
noise.
fast.
I like
If
stand
you
up.
didn't set up the trap, you guys be surprised by now. But right now, as you hear it, what do you like to do?
Do we have to roll to wake up?
I'm trancing and I'm vaguely aware of my surroundings, so I'm already up and I'm stealthing.
I say that. What is your passive perceptions?
Mine
Passive
is
perception.
15, I think. Let me
12.
double check.
I'm
Anyone
gonna
who
look.
has a passive perception higher than 12 will hear it and can wake up.
Higher than
12.
12 or
Higher than
12?
12.
Higher.
Oh, mine.
Mine's
12 and
11, but
higher.
I'm not actually
12
asleep.
and higher? Okay.
Mine's
You're
11, but
you're
I'm
not
not.
aware of the surrounding while meditating.
No.
Mine is
Yeah,
mine is
don't
16.
worry, guys. I'm a little concerned, and I'm like, because I'd imagine you're not like in a tent or anything. You meditating, so I sort of like I like, hey, freaking, what was your name again? It was the elf,
Valen.
Valen. I think I heard something, like waking you up. And I'm
Okay,
probably
well,
waking other people
then
up
I-
in the process while screaming his name.
Yeah, we're waking up.
Also, you shaking him up. You hear a large growling on one side. And roll initiative.
Oh,
Place your
yes,
tokens
it is.
into the map.
Oh, can you
And this
copy
is the
over our
map.
tokens? Or...
No,
No.
well, I say that place a new one so that if you would roll initiative with those one, they are recorded in this map.
Gotcha. I just really want to know names under the people.
Oh.
You see what I mean?
I see what you mean.
Yeah. And then you gotta display it for everyone.
How about this? I'll set that up tonight for
Okay.
all of you guys as a default token. Since you have uploaded all
So
the
where's
tokens,
the map? How do I find
you should
the
be able
map?
to- you should just see the map straight up when you get on.
I'm on roll 20. I'm trying to
Oh,
move
nice.
stuff around.
This is what I do. As I mentioned, it's not that pretty, but yes.
It's
I mean,
functional.
it gets the idea across.
Yeah, the idea, a camp around surrounding areas. You guys have cleared up the general area for
So-
campfires and camping, and I say that the area that is in
I
the
don't even know-
boundary is not a difficult.
Where's my token?
And
Anyone
the trap
outside?
is over here, right?
Threat has been set over here. The bee has triggered it. You should be able to retrieve it after the combat.
Gotcha. Okay.
I got a 9. That sucked. All right.
Probably you should
draw a
place the
little
token before rolling, but yeah.
Oh. I don't even know where my token's at.
You
Where'd
gotta
he go?
drag your sheet on it.
What now?
Drag your sheet like on the map.
Your name. Drag your name onto the map.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah.
is
My-
anyone in a hurry to go?
My
right
name? No, I'm good.
now? Okay. Because this
Yeah,
is a
I'm good
regular
professional
time that it
combat.
generally ends the campaign session. But if you guys
Right.
are okay, we will be continuing. And after this combat,
I
we'll
dragged
probably-
my name like Scott S on the bottom there.
No, on under your notes.
Who made
The
this
journal.
squiggly? What is?
Oh,
this
that's
squiggly?
me drawing where the trap is.
Oh.
I don't know what
Trap
name I'm
would
supposed to be dragging.
be one more step under, but
Oh, okay.
Where is? How do I do it?
there you go.
My name on my character sheet?
It's like how you
Yeah.
go to
confused.
Just
like,
drag your name into the thing. Not in your character sheet, but in your journal.
On the side panel.
Yeah.
It's like how you say you have how you see boarding house details, and then there should be your character name.
Yeah, you
Just
see
drag that
Valen, just
to.
drag it.
Oh, all right, cool.
Did it work?
You're learning.
It
There it
did,
is.
yes. Right on.
Yes.
Okay, so I got a initiative roll and it sucked, and now I'm good.
Yeah, and make sure you have your token selected when you click initiative.
I can edit for you right now. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
There's the guy that woke me up. That's you?
Yeah.
So I'm there.
Alright, so Elliot is 16. What? You rolled twice? Oh, you rolled
Yeah,
once
this is
outside
the
of
first
the
time I
map.
didn't have my token down.
Okay. And Sleepy is 13. Kazi is recorded in initiative. And
Should be 18.
Yes. Kazi is 18? Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
By the way, since all I did was really like try and yell at him, can I also cast something before this started?
I say that you waking him up is a thing.
Okay.
But yeah.
In action? Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. And it's not
That's
really
fair.
yeah.
Because you're shaking him.
He got distracted. His sword was really shiny or something.
Hey, man. I woke you up. Don't complain.
Alright. First turn is Karak.
All right.
As you wake up quickly on the very far side. By the way, those who doesn't have dark vision, it's pretty hard to see far away, so be
Yeah.
aware of that.
Got dark vision, thankfully.
Mhm.
And
Low
each
light
person-
vision, and we have a campfire.
Yes, but the campfire, I say that it doesn't shed the light outside of the camp. It's not, like blazing fire of the sun.
Is there starlight?
There's still lights. You should be able to see.
No,
like,
then
the
I have
figures.
120 feet of low light vision. Yeah, so I should be all right.
Oh yeah, you should be alright.
Yeah, I should be able to see them as well, right?
60 feet dark vision would be hard to see them. You know where they are, however. But if you want to not take disadvantage, you should make them in your dark vision
Move,
range before
yeah.
shooting.
Okay. Let me see what my range is for my gun. I mean, my stick that you guys don't know what that does.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it when you use it. I'm gonna be like, what the hell?
I will.
Why is that so loud?
Yeah.
So can I go outside this path, like over here?
Outside the pass, but your movement speed is halved.
Halved.
And entering the area will cost 5 feet of movement. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but we'll roll with that for now.
Okay.
If you guys find any more information about that or correct me, we'll fix it after the session. So yes.
Okay. Now I know where to go. All right. So I will move over here,
Mhm.
and that was 25 feet. And so I see these two here, and that's 40, 45. Oh, I'll actually move one more. And I will aim for this beast of some sort. And
As you go inside of the range, you see them clearly, and they are not looking like a regular bear. Their entire skin is in bear shape, however, of entirely clean reflective silver.
ooh.
And you can
There
see that
was-
some sort of things is dripping from his face. And the
Awesome.
claws and everything.
Do I see the beast that is in the trap? Is it in the trap or has just triggered the trap?
It seems like the trap has triggered, but it seems like it has bited into it and is closed in it. However,
Okay.
you can see that it's moving his feet just like a small, like some sort of liquid that is being sleeped out of it.
Interesting. Okay. All right.
This is-
So,
these things are. They're
so it's like
bears made
Terminator
of goo.
2. All right. That's literally what I'm thinking about is the freaking second Terminator. All right. I'm gonna shoot at the bear that's closest to me, or the thing that's closest to me.
Yep.
And
So this one you're shooting at.
yes.
23 hits. Roll your damage.
And is it a beast? It's not a beast, is it?
It's not a beast.
Okay. 11.
11 damage. As you shoot the hunting rifle at it, a huge hole is appeared right in front of it, as it makes huge gaps in front of it.
Just like
And
Terminator 2.
kind of tried to close in, however, you can clearly see the damage is persisting. And it growls at you in pain.
Alright, as a minor action, I scream, "Wake up!"
As you scream, "Wake up!" the halfling Elliot, you wake up and you see those weird creatures, and you hear the growling from the dark forest. What do you like to do? We cannot hear you. Are you,
I can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, sorry, forgot to hit the button. Alright, so I'm jumping to my feet, and I guess the sound of the gunshot probably startled me more than anything else, so I'm running in that direction.
That was loud.
Let's see, I got, what, 25 feet, I think? I think that's good.
Small.
How do you check how many feet it is again?
The ruler? It's the
okay.
fourth thing on the left.
Yeah, I see it, okay. So
Oh, and when you're gonna move, make sure you like either Control C or go back to select move, because otherwise it'll stay on the ruler.
Gotcha. Okay, so I'm rushing up here behind you to get a look down at those things. Let me see if I'm close
have,
enough to
dark
throw
vision?
a spell. Oh, no, I don't, actually.
If you do not have dark vision, it's fine. You know where they are, however, and you see their silhouettes.
Okay.
However, you will gain disadvantage on top of your regular attack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let me see how far away I am
And
here
your
real quick.
friend is kinda on the way. Maybe you'd
Yeah.
like to relocate a little bit.
Oh, me?
Yep.
Okay.
You're giving them cover from his ranged attack.
Gotcha. I will.
Maybe increase range at AC of the defenders.
Am I able to shift one?
Using your did you have a leftover movement?
Yeah, he had a,
I used, what is it, 15 and then 15, so 30.
You have 30 feet of movements or more?
I have 30, so
Okay.
damn.
I was going to say, I can't quite get in range of them at the moment, so you don't have to worry about moving or anything.
They just have increased range, but you should be able to still shoot at them. So
Okay.
yeah.
Let's see.
Increased AC, not range. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll be throwing a spell at them, so... Alright, I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers at the one on the left.
All right. What does it do?
So-
Can you post the spell descriptions in the chat?
Yeah. Not going through for some reason. 1 second here.
Click. Is it possible? Click the little chat bubble.
Also, probably at the end after the combat, I'll ask you guys a question or something. But oh, maybe now.
See what?
Do you guys think in many campaigns it varies places to places? But I usually leave it to my players to decide. Its rule is vague about the combat in the while resting. Okay, DC 13 wisdom save. Are you targeting B? The closer one, or for the
Yeah, the closer one, yeah.
closer one fails a saving throw and will take 6 points of psychic damage. However, even though it takes all those damage, it still seems to be standing.
Okay, now the other part of the spell is, since it failed the saving throw, it has to immediately use its reaction to run as far away from me as possible.
Oh,
Nice.
alrighty.
That's
I
not a
would
good
say that it is 35 feet outside of the map. We'll just put it on the edge of the map for now, but it is 35 feet. Actually, it's in the typical terrain. It is 15 feet outside of the map. Yes. Is there anything else?
Nope, I'll be ending my turn there.
Alrighty. And that was your turn. Next turn is Bandar.
Okay. So these blocks, are they trees? Are they bushes?
There's which block?
These like green, orange, or
Green thing
green.
is impassable bushes.
And then what about the red ones?
Trees. You can climb them.
Okay. And then if I get out of here, it's 5 to get into it.
5 to enter it, and after that, it costs a double movement.
Okay. So I'm going to move.
Melee range.
So
I
to
can't
go
get to
there,
melee
it
range.
costs, 20.
Yeah, so this would be 20, and then this would be 20. This would
20
be
and
20.
that would be 20, and going 5 feet from there will cost 10 feet. So
Okay,
going there
so
will
I
be
get
30.
here with my full 30 feet.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna move there.
All right.
But I'm not really in position. Oh wait, no, I could probably see them from.
Do you have dark vision?
Yes, I have dark vision.
Ah, yes.
Yep, 45 feet.
Yep, the one that ran out of the map, you should be. It's likely hard to see and is behind the tree and whatnot. But the one inside the map, you should be able to see definitely.
Okay. I guess I'm going to cast Sacred Flame. I can click this to send it. Oops. 1 second.
5 damage.
Sacred
Make a
Flame.
dex saving throw.
Yes.
It makes a saving throw. Is it half or none?
None.
I don't think so.
Okay, it's none.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
none.
Okay. Then after that, I guess I end my turn.
Alrighty.
Very
Next
uneventful.
turn- Very uneventful. Next turn is the bear.
It's not a
Terminator
bear.
bear.
It's
It's a
made of
Terminator.
goo.
It's the Terminator bear.
It's a bear made of goo.
This bear uses his turn.
Oh dang! Well, at least they're getting closer. I'm glad. I'm glad I went last.
Let me check though. I forgot which one is 12 or not, so let me make sure. Okay, so the other one, the one that is outside of the map is 12. I'm just gonna change the bear to A to avoid confusing. Yes, probably a good idea. Change initiative. The one that is outside of the map will dash and will move 45 feet, 35 feet as he dashes behind the tree.
This bear is
That
using tactical cover.
Yes, bear is smart. He lives here. Yeah.
Damn bear! Get over here so I can curse you.
And to be fair, I should actually give you favorite enemy beast to this guy, because these are like half beast and half elemental.
Okay.
It's kind of weird ones.
I mean, it's up to you, man.
I'll
I'll
give you
take
beast
any-
one from now. I'll give you beast.
That's up
I'll
to
take-
you.
I'll take any advantage. I have 9 shots left, so I really can't miss. I can't afford to miss.
You did hit the last one. And yeah,
I
that
did.
was that. No, you hit for tons of damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I'm limited in my ability to damage.
And yeah, next turn is Valen.
Okay, so this counts as like light foliage or something I can use Mask of the Wild to hide in, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hiding. I'm really hiding. And I
Roll
am.
stealth, and if your stealth is higher than their passive perception, then you will be hidden from them.
Okay, that's what we're doing. Nice!
You feel one with the darkness and the forest.
I
and
am one with the woods, and we are moving.
Even your friend Garrick, that was standing right beside you,
I-
won't be able to
I was-
notice him. He's just gone.
What? Like,
Where did he go? I'm going to move. What is the range on a longbow? The short range is plenty.
Longbow
Never mind. I
is-
can move
Yeah.
anywhere I want. I can move anywhere I want. All right,
Pretty much.
that's what I was. That was what I was wondering.
Do mind about cover, however. Trees will actually be a solid cover, and the grasses will be like a hop cover at least that they give.
Where did these bears move to? I can't see. Oh,
Right.
they're still. Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm gonna do? I have 35 movement speed because I'm a wood elf. I'm gonna go. Like, let me check the ruler. We're gonna go. Yeah. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, so we're gonna go like.
Noni, do you run half cover, full cover, all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Top
talking.
cover, quarter cover, full cover. +2, +5 cannot hit.
AC. Okay.
We're moving like here, and we're shooting.
Which one would you like to shoot? B
Uh,
would be half cover, and A would
B
not
is-
have cover.
Right, I'm shooting at A, and I'm getting so I get my sneak attack bonus and all that good.
You will
Stop.
gain an advantage on your attack roll. You do have dark vision,
Right.
right? Because elf.
I have low light vision. Yeah, yeah. You said there's starlight visible, so I'm good. That's 120 feet where I can see as good as daylight.
Yeah.
How do I roll an attack?
You click on your-
attack. There.
So
Okay.
you see on your character sheet where it says
Mhm.
longbow.
Yes.
Click
Click on
on
that.
longbow.
On the name longbow.
Yes. Yes.
hmm
Oh, that's where I typed it.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
Oh, you
It-
didn't
it
drag
should
it
hide.
in. He didn't drag it in, I think.
Let me see his character sheet.
I didn't drag
Okay,
anything
so-
in there.
You see longbow +6.
Oh yeah.
click that.
Yeah.
Click that stuff.
Okay.
Oh,
Right
shit.
on. I did do it. I am awesome. All right, here we go.
Elves.
All right, here we
Oh,
go.
I
And
clicked
now-
it for you. Don't mind that.
Okay.
15, and now that hits.
It's
Roll.
'Cause of
Click
the
on the
advantage.
longbow in that thing again.
In the chat.
So in the chat, yeah.
and for the damage.
Yeah, you see where it says 150, 600, and then underneath it longbow. Click that longbow.
Yep. And actually, it's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
good.
Yeah. It took me forever to realize that's how damage was done.
So that's
You
12,
guys
and then I
are
rolled
strong.
another D6 for sneak attack damage, right?
Man, I was worried about you
Oh,
guys, but I guess that worry was nothing.
Yeah, he
I
has more
gotta-
damage coming.
have
I'd
more
like it
I'm-
noted that
I'm the rogue,
freaking
baby.
longbow has almost 4 times the amount of optimal range as the freaking musket.
No, but the damage die is 1d8 versus 1d12, so
That's
yeah. However,
And then
your longbow.
another five, so it's actually 17 damage.
No, the 5 + 5 is added. Wait, what? 1d6? What is that for?
Sneak
Like
attack.
sneak attack.
No, you don't get that in. this
I was
edition.
stealth.
That's a rogue.
Yeah.
That's a rogue.
Hold on, let me look it up. Hold on. That's why I did a rogue.
Wait, you're a rogue, not a ranger. Oh.
I am a rogue. Yeah.
Right. I was like, rangers don't get sneak attack. What sneak
No,
attack?
I'm a rogue. I got a D6 sneak attack damage.
not salty at all. The rogue has
Yeah.
more range than the ranger.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on here?
Otherwise,
Yes.
he wouldn't have even been able to stealth and attack at the same time.
The arrow that you
Math.
shoot. Wait a second. I use a bonus action to hide, right?
Mask of the Wild is a bonus action.
Yeah. Cunning action to hide and sneak attack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Your bow managed to do a massive amount of damage, even compared to the musket that he had been using. Those thunder firing machine. What is it to those? Compared to this this elven technology, much superior to
Archaic.
all of those.
Yeah.
Elf.
You managed to fire.
That's the difference.
Yes. This this elven tradition seems to be clearly overpowering this bear, making a huge hole, and it seems to be half of its body seems to be lurping over to the ground, and it growls weakly. However, it's managed to reform, but it seems to be constantly losing itself, and likely a few more hits and maybe it will go down. And
That's my job, man. I'm DPS. That's the only job I have in combat is dealing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Well, thieves' tools and sneaking. It's all good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that you like to do?
I'm out of stuff. I can't move anywhere. I can't do anything. I'm done.
Alrighty. Next turn is a...
Oh god, if I get touched, I'm gonna die.
Alright.
Let's see if it hits or not, though. First hit. I'd assume it hits.
No.
What's your AC, just to be sure?
13.
Yes, it hits. And it will use its claw to attack you once again. This one misses. It will deal you 1d6. Oh, actually, it's pretty weak. You did like 7 damage.
I took 7 damage?
Yes.
I have 2 health.
Welcome to level 1. That's awesome. Here.
Wait. You have...
Welcome to level.
Oh, 2 health left. I was like, what? I was like,
Yeah, no,
And,
I have 9 total. My
And,
stats are bad.
Yes. And for Balan, I don't think you can hide as a bonus action at level 2.
not till second level.
Not until second level. So I think you would use the action to hide, but I let this slide. I didn't.
I thought Mask of the Wild did something for that. It's a
No,
wood
it
elf
just
thing.
lets you stealth in that, I think.
Yeah,
right?
it allows
okay.
you to
Sure.
hide in those, but you still
normally you
need to
can't
use an
stealth
action
during
to hide. Yeah.
Until level 2.
Level
Yeah,
two,
second
you
level
should
you
be
can
able
use
to
bonus
hide
action.
as one action. But doesn't
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
You're new.
That's fine.
Garrick.
I thought it did something different than what it did.
Garrick, what do you like to do?
Okay. Finally, this one's a little bit closer too, I think, because I can't use most of my stuff. Let's see here. I can't reach it, but that's fine because I have ranged abilities. So I'm gonna get within like 30 feet of it. So I'm gonna move up to like here to the bear A.
A will be half covered by your friend from that angle.
Okay. Is there an angle I can go from right here? I guess.
Would you be able to hit it from here? No, that's literally on top of me.
That would be third quarter. That would be plus 5 AC. But now it's plus 2 AC.
Okay.
What if you move to like?
What if I go here?
Here.
Here.
Can you go there? That would be tons of movement.
I only used 10 so far.
Yeah, you need to use additional 5 feet of movements to enter the area. So once you're
I
in,
think,
then that would be...
I think you can make it to here.
I think I can make it right there. But would it make any difference? It seemed like it make.
You
right
spent
there.
10 feet so far, right?
Yeah.
So it would be
Yeah.
another 10 feet to go into here.
Okay, I know what
and then you can get there. Yeah, you can get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll get close anyway, and then I'm gonna use my bonus action to Hexblade's Curse it, just so I can do a little bit extra damage and have a chance of critting.
Alrighty.
Nice. That is a cool power.
Yeah, he's still too far from my sword though, so I'm gonna instead I sort of like pull out my other hand and I start charging Eldritch Blast to attack him. So I think he still has the +2 though, right?
Yep. Roll attack. Let's see if he can
Alright.
hit.
15 still.
Nice.
15 hits.
Okay, cool.
That's a nice roll. That was good.
And then he gets an additional 2 damage to my curse.
Our team's doing damage. That's good, because I need it. I'm gonna die.
Well,
How
I was
would you
gonna
like to
run
kill
up
it?
and
Oh!
all right.
I like to imagine, because it's force damage, I shot it into it, and it starts then it kind of like the curse sort of like does the extra little 2 damage, just enough to like sort of like pulse into it, and so it kind of like explodes in like a little bit, and like the goo just falls everywhere.
I just
Ooh.
get splattered from there.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
You
a
got
little bit
splattered
on him.
Goo! You're covered in goo!
It's actually as the bear explodes, it doesn't feel like a goo at all. As it covers you, you feel the weight above you when it hits. It feels like mercury.
Oh, don't open your mouth.
Can I roll to see if my mouth is open?
His characters. What do you think? Do you have mouth open?
I'm a hunter. Of course, I don't have my mouth open.
Yeah. It depends on you. Yeah.
If I was a barbarian, then yes, my mouth would be open.
Bear meat.
Exactly.
But yes,
Yeah,
now this turn is
Me-
Karak, the one
My barbarian with 4 intelligence used to swallow ichor and stuff all the time. You just
All right, so that's 20. I can't move through allies right now.
You can move through allies. You cannot move through enemies, but you can even move
Okay.
through enemies
can move
using
through allies.
action and stuff. Allies doesn't cost any movements to go through. You can just do it. If you're halfway,
We'll let you
you should
pass.
be able to move through your allies and enemies. Enemies one size higher, larger than you, I believe.
And
2 stuff. Yeah, they have to be large.
this is quarter damage, correct? Or quarter cover, correct?
Where
or
are you?
half? I'm asking about the thing it's behind.
That would be third quarter, +5. Yeah.
So +5 AC. Okay.
From that
I'm
angle,
going to.
you should be able to easily move.
I'm just afraid of this thing coming up and hitting me. I've got
you
2
shot
health.
at it. It dealt tons of damage. Well, depends
Yeah,
on what
that's
you like
true.
to do.
I'm gonna fall.
You just step forward and then step back after.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. Let's see, 20 feet,
before-
and then I can move
Before
back
you attack
10
it,
feet.
before you attack it, I'll use one of my reactions to give you a Bardic Inspiration die, so you can throw a D6 on top of your attack.
Oh, wow. Oh wow.
Amazing.
Wait, on damage or to hit?
To hit.
Okay.
Or damage, I think, ain't it?
No,
I
it's
don't
only to attack rolls to hit and
okay.
saving throws.
Okay.
Noni,
All right,
so
on.
what would so how much AC bonus would it be from this angle?
5.
Just make you make, wow.
Yeah, so I'm definitely gonna like move to here, I guess.
That would be 2. Yeah.
That would be 2. Alright. That's 10. That's 10.
The AC isn't that strong. That little 2 shouldn't be too much.
Alright. I'm moving myself here so that I have all.
No. Yep. No cover.
Alright. And now
And it's like 1.
I'm gonna blow it back to Kingdom Come. Oh my god.
Oh, he really is gonna blow
That's
Kingdom Come.
Really cool. How would you
Yeah.
like to kill it? Yes.
Oh shit.
Whatever you flavor it, how nonsensical it is, unless it's like a really nonsensical, it will happen.
I level my rifle, look straight into its gooey bear eyes, and I say, "Go back to hell." And I fire, and then more bear guts just land on me. More free guts land on me.
Okay. Once the bear jumps at you at the moment, it goes through your bullet exactly into his mouth, and it just pummels into you powerlessly, and you are now covered in mercury.
Fun. I'm cancer.
And all the bears down.
We did it.
Wow.
Yes,
Why don't
we
you,
did
for the
it.
Cartus of it, although maybe you find some silver coppers, coins, maybe floating within them from the adventures that it have eaten. For those who would like to
I
represent
didn't
the group
assume
for
they
groups,
ate.
Oh, should we do like a group sheet that has like group loot? That way
if
we
you would
can
like
just-
to have a group loot, that's fine. But I would like
Yeah,
to
we can
leave
do
that
group
to the
loot and then
liberty
divide.
of the group at all. So I
feel
leave
like
it up
it's
to you guys. I'm just gonna give it to you guys, and if you would like to do group loot, do group loot.
I feel like it's easier, and then we can disseminate it from
Divide
there.
it.
You know?
Yeah, we can divide it when we get back to town or whatever. Yeah,
Bingo.
that's fine.
Instead of being like, oh, I'll take 2 silver pieces, I'll take 3.
The major problem will be weight, one way or the other. But we can just ignore that until it matters or something. For
Somebody has to have a D score.
Who's feeling lucky for long route? I need 2 people.
Ooh,
I will roll loot.
All right.
Sure.
For those 2 person who is
I'll do it.
feeling lucky, roll D100. Now, all
okay.
the other of you, if they roll horrible, you have a right to boo at him.
I have to redeem myself for the bear attacking a bear.
I'll let you take my roll. Go ahead and. That's not bad.
Hopefully, it depends on what's good and bad in this terms.
Higher the better.
Higher the better.
51
It's
is
not
not
bad.
bad.
1
Not
point
bad.
more than average.
It's above. Yeah.
Roll for loot, cleric guy. I can't remember his name either.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Did
He just doesn't
anyone
want
else?
the blame.
Did anyone else do damage to Bear B?
Yeah.
Okay.
You shot
Yeah,
at it, actually. It was you.
No. Anyone else?
I don't think so.
I hit it with Dissonant Whispers early on, but that was only
Yep.
at 6 damage.
Okay.
It was 6. It took 11 damage so far at the moment where you shot at it. But 51 and 61, both of them are not bad. For Garrick, roll 4d6, and for
Alright.
Slippy, roll 3d6.
4d6, right? Yeah. Okay.
4d6
So-
and 3d6.
So what are they rolling?
Yeah, they're rolling
For
46 and
loot.
3d6.
Okay.
Loot. Money.
You
What about
guys
them?
in the treasure gains 15 silver piece and
Summer.
11 electrum. Electrum is half a gold.
Oh, dang. Electrum exists. Holy shit.
Electrum is half a gold. Actually, I was thinking about like making the custom currency called like onion and can be used as a ration or something,
Onion.
but I scrapped
I like
the
it.
idea.
Am I not rolling anything?
Why are you?
No, we
No. Like,
need
okay.
2 people to roll loot.
Yeah,
Oh, it was the same
just
people.
a representative you guys are.
It was the same people. Yeah.
But yes, if you guys would like to divide that up or add it into the group loot, that's fine.
Throw
I
it
made
into a
shared
group
note called
table.
group loot for you guys. So feel
Okay.
free to
Yeah,
add
that'll
that,
work.
edit that, and record them in there. And yeah. Before we end the session, I have a few things that I would like to talk to you about. One is that always in many campaigns, it's a little bit fishy about whether you, if you use resources on while you're taking a long rest, would you lose resources or would you gain resources as a long rest ends? And at the moment of long rest, if you're ambushed, do you have resources from the long rest before the combat? So I like you guys to choose one way or the other. So one is that when the combat happens while resting, you are treated as you're long rested. And the other one, I like you guys to choose. If you're ambushed, you are you have the same resources before the long rest. So combat will be harder. But after the combat, you'll be taking the rest of the full rest. Pick your poison.
I mean,
I
as a
like
player,
the
I
second.
probably want the first one, but
Yeah.
Either way is
yeah,
fine.
but the
Pick
second
the
one
most
is
beneficial
pretty.
one.
Yeah,
Either
the
one
second
is
one,
the
the second
huge
one is pretty
drawback.
good.
Yeah, I honestly think in realism though, like if you're woken up in the middle of the night to a liquid bear running into a trap, That's good.
Mechanic
That's
wise is fine. D&D world is crazy. You are nearly dead and you just take a 1 day rest and you're fully healed. If you're a
so
player.
again, I feel like
Yeah.
in real life it would not be a full rest, but this is D&D, so it could be a full rest. So
Pick
I'm-
whatever
I-
is beneficial for you.
I
guys,
would-
don't.
I'd wonder if we did pick the second one,
Mhm.
could we at least make it where during the short rest, if at least an hour's passed, we would benefit from a short rest, or like something like that, because that way we get our short rest abilities back.
Reasonable. I would allow that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I say
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
Most cases you'll be benefited from short rest, as long as you spend more than 1 hour.
okay.
All right.
I'm good with this. I'm good with the second one for realism because
I
that's
think
how I go.
I think doing the one where the long rest triggers as soon as we decide to rest is easier for a bookkeeping perspective, because then we're not worrying about post fight
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm getting confused by the first and second one as well because I forgot which one was first and second. So to be clear, long rest first or long rest after?
Long rest first.
Okay,
For
long rest.
First.
Okay, so you guys all like to go first? Long rest first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Sure. Yeah,
So-
if you watch it, I don't care either way, so I'll just go with.
It's
whoever's-
just I'm thinking about how easy it is to like just change on character sheets instead of having to worry about experience, loot, and all that stuff after.
All right.
True.
Okay,
I'm fine with that,
long
yeah.
rest first, and you would have a combat after, and all the resources you spend would be not replenished, or if you've had that interrupted fight. However, for this combat, your resources are replenished. Wow! So add all those spell slots and whatnot. Don't worry
Wait, did
about
we?
it. You get
Which
the
one did we vote on? We voted on
you
the.
use, you take the long rest first before the rest. So once you decide to take a long rest, you're taking a long rest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And if we're
Okay.
interrupted in combat, we still get our stuff back.
You get your stuff back. However, resources you use in that combat are not restored.
Yeah.
Are
Okay. that makes
already
sense.
Just
gone.
long rest first. Okay, I'll write them down. Long rest.
Yeah.
And everyone
makes
is
sense.
happy with this decision.
Yes.
All right. All right. I think we'll conclude today's session with that. So time is usually.
Oh, experience? Did we get experience?
Yes, I will get to the, the moment.
We're bears enough to get level 2.
Are you doing a what you call it system? I guess you'll tell us anyways.
I will do like the mixture or multiple system. I usually
Yeah, that's a
calculate
good one.
the so a bear. Each of them would give you 50. You did a 50 EXP, and then you did a little bit of a quest talking with the people, and you got started on the journey towards it, and you're pretty familiar with the general surroundings. I would say that you get 50 EXP from the combat and 100 EXP for advancing the plot in terms of starting the journey and making the thing.
Yes.
Awesome.
all the
So
XP.
150 EXP.
100 XP for giving that guy a nice beer.
And a hug.
And,
And a
hug.
hug. Yeah, all the hugs kept adding up to the XP.
yes.
See, if you hug people, you get experience. Take
I
note,
should,
everybody.
I should have a hug EXP. It's like 1
If
EXP.
you try to baptize strangers, infant children, you get a
Yeah,
EXP for it.
I also edited the group loot with the XP and the Electrum, so everyone will have it.
And I would like to give EXP to everyone, regardless they attend the session or not. For this group for now. For the other groups, however, I do the 75% EXP for people who does not show up and doesn't get me noticed. I say that as long as you, yeah, I guess actually, I do like people to show up. Okay,
I mean,
if you
I
tell
would,
me,
I would,
if you tell me,
I
give
would do
full
it that
EXP.
way.
If you don't tell me, you get 75% EXP.
That's
There
fair.
you go.
fair.
That sounds fair.
Okay.
That's more fair than I would have been even. So,
Yeah.
And the loots and whatever that you gotten from the those sessions that you have missed, I leave it to those guys who existed. Let them distribute the loot however you want. If they feel generous, they will share it to you. If they don't, then it's
Oh,
like,
I'm gonna take
Yeah.
advantage of you guys so hard in this loot haul.
But
Yeah,
if you
like-
say that, you will be taking advantage when you're gone. So
Oh yeah, no, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Hey, one of my like bonds, I guess, is kill or be killed. So it's fair game.
fair game. Well,
Also- No, so I was just gonna mention because I never did, and I guess I should. 'Cause my sword has runes on it. If anyone ever pays attention to it, and can read, I guess what is it called?
what's the
Sylvian.
name of the guy?
Sylvan.
Sylvian.
Sylvian.
Sylvan?
Sylvan.
I can read Sylvan.
Yeah.
All right. I guess so. You would notice there's runes on it. Probably would take time to actually read it out. Just saying, it is a flavor thing.
Yeah, I'm not reading it. I was busy killing the bear that was killing my friend.
I would like to. Am I still covered in mercury?
You would likely need to clean up somehow.
I want
Here,
Precipitation-
let me help you.
No, don't touch me. Don't touch me.
I'm not touching you. I'm casting it. I'm just casting. I'm not touching
No,
you.
I'm literally like I'm setting down the tarp. I'm putting my clothes on the tarp, and I ask, "Can you cast prestidigitation to remove the mercury and move it onto the tarp?"
Can I do that?
That's a tricky one. Let me think about that. We'll do that next session. Beginning. Likely, I'm thinking of something in line. Is a chance to permanently damage a cloak as well. Something like that.
Ooh.
But
Okay.
we'll do that.
I'm just trying to like collect the mercury because mercury's A, hard to get, and B, valuable. I'm thinking like a bounty hunter.
Yes,
Well, we don't even know if it's really Mercury though. Like,
Yeah.
it may just be magical bear goo that feels like Mercury.
Someone will pay for it.
Turns out it's a green goo after all. But
Yeah, as long as they pay me.
But that would be concluding the today's session. Thank you guys for playing, and I had a blast of time playing with you guys, and I hope you guys had as much fun as we had. And
It's pretty good.
if you have any suggestions, let me know. I will fix it, and I'll try to make the things improving. And I noticed that hard time remembering. Elliot, yes. It seems like you had less interaction compared to the other characters. Is there any way we can help you to interact more with the others, or are you okay with the current situation?
It's really just going to be this week and next week. I might be a little bit quieter than normal. We're getting ready to move, so everybody's in kind of close quarters in the house right now. So I'm trying to stay quiet to not wake up my kid and my roommate.
Yeah,
but we're moving next weekend, so after that I'll be able to be a little more talkative.
He's a whisper bard.
Yeah, exactly. A whisper bard, guys, come on.
He's RPing so hard.
Yeah.
This is fun. I can't wait till we find the lizard man.
But yeah.
Oh, that Valen is never gonna stop once they find a guy in a well. It's gonna be worse than the baptism thing.
Maybe it was a finish of the baptism. He rises.
Maybe he's getting baptized right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
But yes, we should be able to see Tall Guy in some weeks. But yeah, thank you guys for playing. I say the session is officially concluded. And see you guys next week. I'll be staying around if you, in case you want to talk to me. But you're
and this will be uploaded, right?
Yes, I will upload it after everyone leaves and stuff, and we will get the link tomorrow.
Just
sometime,
put a link.
or today sometime. It'll take some time to process, and
of course, yeah.
Sometimes they yell at me. It's like, there's a copyright infringement, something like that. I don't know. So, yeah.
All right, cool.
What
All right,
copyright?
Yeah. I don't want to leave. I want to stay here forever.
I gotta sleep. It's freaking like 12.
Yeah.
Usually it ends like 40 minutes earlier.
It's exceedingly late.
Yep. I promise you that
exceedingly late.
Yeah. It's
all right.
Bad for today.
So we're doing like 3-hour sessions then.
See ya.
Yes.
See ya.
Yeah.
Technically, it was 3-hour session anyway. So.
Yeah,
the 30-minute was. Yeah.
All right, I'll leave awkwardly now.